Welcome to episode 72 of the PACT Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, along with family and a very special guest. Beside me, we got Mr. Trey Kemp.
How y'all doing?
On time today, on time. But diagonally, right next to me, we got my cousin, Mr. Demond, guys, Silent Assassin. Below me, bottom right, we got my brother, Mr. Cut Carter.
Cutthroat.
And last but not least, we got returning from episode 17 of the PACT Life Podcast, my boy Stan, the demo guy, our highest charted episode on YouTube. Stan, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? Demo guy.
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
New PACT Life.
I'm doing good.
Well, NBA playoffs in full effect. Round one almost over. Game 3 and 4 are going on. Well, game 3 is not forced. Before we start, Stan, what was your NBA Finals prediction? You weren't on here when we made our predictions.
Lakers Bucks. 2 number 1 seeds.
Coward.
Well, can you tell me why you got the Bucks though? Because Cut Demond and Trey really don't have the Bucks coming out of the East. They think they're fraud due to Giannis' inability to shoot the 3-ball.
I don't think the Bucks got it.
I mean, they might be one of those regular season teams, that stack up a bunch of wins and then falter in the playoffs because they do rely on Giannis a lot. But I just don't see it. I mean, if anybody was to beat them, it'd be Toronto. But I'm gonna side with the superstar and say Giannis is gonna pull them through. Hopefully,
I agree. I do have the Raptors Bucks Eastern Conference Finals still.
So who?
I got the 2 All-Stars in the young star, in Jaylen Brown in the Celtics.
Oh, so the Raptors.
I got Celtics Lakers. I think that Celtics Lakers rivalry about to be get more life for this season and next season. I feel like it could be that them two again back to back, and then I think after that the Lakers probably disappear if LeBron kind of fall off or stop playing. And I think with the Celtics they'll still be around competing with most the Nets probably in the Heat. And then in the West, the West is gonna be it's always gonna be somebody, a new top dog in the West. I feel like everybody get their little run, and then it's just somebody else.
What you was about to ask, Trey?
I hate to say, the Celtics, it's like they turned up and were playing better when Gordon Hayward got hurt. But with that being said, Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum all dropping 20. The Raptors got 4 or 5 guys who can drop 22, but they are not doing it. And then if they are, they'll do a game 1 against the Nets. Come on. And yeah, I know the Sixers are a little hurt, but I don't see the Raptors. I mean, if they do beat them, it'll be 6 or 7. But I really feel like the Celtics gonna beat the Raptors.
That's gonna be that series gonna determine who comes out for me, Celtics Raptors. I think I really got the Bucks losing to the Heat next round. I'm not gonna lie.
The Heat might be the hottest team in the NBA right now.
that's how the point. I mean, other than
But the Jazz, I can't even hold on the Jazz. But I have
Jazz hot, right? The Jazz.
I have a lot to say about the Jazz, but because they're fraudulent. They're fraudulent.
Oh, yeah, we about to talk about it. Like I said, NBA playoffs have started round 1, so we'll just go by series, and we'll start let's start in the West. We started with the number 1 seed Lakers tying the series yesterday against the Portland Trailblazers in a blowout. What do you guys take away from that? I know Zach Collins had a season-ending surgery on his his arm, I want to say? Ankle, okay. It's on his ankle. Damian Lillard jammed his finger, but he will be back for game 3. And looks like the Lakers are hitting on all cylinders like we expected them to. So what are your Lakers-Blazers round 1 series takeaways? Demond, I'll start with you. Demond, start with you. Demond ain't say much. I'll start with you, Demond.
AD dominates. It's a championship. If he doesn't, then it's not. It's that simple. We've just seen the AD we've seen for years past. The other night, he was dominant. He put the ball on the floor, he attacked the rim, and he got to the bucket at will. Nurkic can't guard him. Whiteside can't guard him. They're long, but they're not fast enough. They're not quick enough to move what he can do. And then he was also, affecting shots on the other end. Me and Derek talked about this off camera when he was riding to the car, riding to go get something to eat. But he don't want to play the 5. But yesterday it looked like he did whatever he wanted to do. So if he put his impact on the game the way he desires, nobody can touch him.
Do you agree with that statement, Mr. Carter?
Yes, if he plays the 5, nobody can mess with him at the 5. He'll mismatch at the 5, like an automatic mismatch, because he could shoot. That's what people underestimate about him. Like, I know that because I watched him play in New Orleans and all them years. He been could shoot. Like, he had a 3-ball maybe his 3rd year in the league. He just don't take it as often because he's like, oh, get inside, which is because he's so good at the inside. But I'm like, he used to play point guard in high school. He knows how to dribble. He could bring the ball up if he wants to. He could really be like a Jokic type of player, but with a better shot and more consistent at scoring. But he don't have to facilitate because he's that dominant with the ball in his hand. So, I mean, like he said, if he played good, they're not losing. But 2 years ago when the Pelicans swept the Blazers, he was dropping 40 and 15 at will the entire series. But I mean, him and Drew Holiday was the only other leading scorer. So, I got Lakers in 5. That's all I had to say. I mean, everybody was getting panicking. It's like the Lakers got enough talent on their team. It's just a matter of playing the right people. So when they played J.R. Smith, even though J.R. Smith took a lot of shots and was missing, his shots look better than Danny Green. Danny Green starting and still getting 3 points. Danny Green should not be in the starting lineup at this point.
No. We already had this conversation. JR is not half the defender he is, and his shot is gone. He can't get to the cup. Same thing as Danny.
It's all getting in rhythm. You haven't played the whole series. You come in.
To say shot is gone. Shot is gone. I wouldn't say that.
Shot's not going. And half the defender. JR is a good defender. He's just not as good.
Okay. No.
I wouldn't say good.
But see, people looked up. People were trying to talk about the stats of JR when he was in Cleveland. After LeBron left, he didn't want to be in Cleveland no more, so he wasn't playing defense.
If you don't have KCP on the court, you'll put Danny Green on like the second or third best defender, right?
I'm saying KCP proved that he needs to get his minutes. KCP.
No, I'm saying
that he was on ball
on the court. Like if just they're not both on the court. Say if if KCP's not on the court, Danny Green is. He would guard the second or third best defender, right?
Yeah, I don't mind him being on the court
when would not guard the second best player.
You know, J.R. Smith guarded in the finals 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
They didn't have Danny Green.
Do you know who he guarded? I'll ask you a question.
No.
He was guarding Steph Curry.
2 years ago, 2018, did they win or lose?
Whenever the Cavs went to the finals, he was guarding Steph Curry.
And
they went 3 straight, didn't they? Or two straight? The Cavs?
No, my point is he can guard players. He's a good defender. That's my point. He can guard players. People talk about his Knicks stint when he didn't want to be with the Knicks, and they talk about his stint with the Cavs after LeBron left. He didn't want to be there. JR can play defense. He's not better than Danny Green at defense. I didn't say that, but to say he don't play defense is blasphemy.
I'll say
and Danny Green is missing shots, open shots,
he's still playing because
he didn't be playing. You shouldn't play 28 minutes with 3 points in the playoffs. They're gonna cut the rotation eventually, so he should be getting his minutes should be getting cut. Because Alex Caruso is playing minutes and guarding Dame, and he's getting cooked by Dame, yet he's getting minutes. And then he's not really that beneficial either, which is why when Rondo's back, his minutes going to get cut. So I feel like Danny Green minutes can get cut for Deion Waiters or J.R. Smith. That's what I feel about that.
The biggest thing –
they got to cut him to try because we can't have people out there that's not points. I'm saying you got to try Deion or JR because you can't have people out there that's not putting up points.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying?
That man played like almost 60 minutes in 2 games and like 13 points total. And he starts. Like he's a starter.
I feel like y'all got to realize when it comes to JR, it's a lot of mental mistakes. They don't really have time for that. They don't have time.
He's not going to make the mistake. When LeBron's around, he don't make the mistake. Is that one slip up has got him branded for life.
So are you lobbying JR should get more than 15 minutes of playing time?
Yes.
Not in the playoffs, Derek.
Yes, he should.
I realize he's one of your personal favorites, but I can't
like even. In those 15, like if he played next game and he dropped like 13, 12, like hit 2-3 threes, like okay. But man.
Because I ain't gonna lie, J.R. Smith, I could tell he's trying to be a good teammate. So his threes, I know he would take that he's passing up to try to drive or kick. And I was like, why is he doing this? So he's trying to be a better teammate. It's like he's trying to get into the flow of the game. So if JR want to be humble, a humble JR is a good team. Is a good role player.
4 or 5 months to try to be a good teammate. It's playoffs.
He ain't been there that long. He ain't been there for 3 months. If that. He got signed last month. He ain't been on the team that long.
They are.
Turn your ringers off, guys. So be professional. Stan, you said the Blazers were a hot team heading into the NBA playoffs. How can they rebound after this game 2 blowout? After the blowout, yeah.
I mean, it's hard. I gotta speak with my head instead of my heart because in my heart I'm just gonna say they're gonna lose because they playing my Lakers. But literally, they gotta. Dame has to be hot every night. They gotta get at least 25 from CJ. So Dame's gotta put up like 30. They gotta get 25 from CJ. They need about 20 from Nurkic, and they need about 15 to 20 from Melo. So that's gonna be. And they gotta start playing D. The Blazers don't play no D.
Yeah,
like they literally play no defense. They almost blew that Grizzlies playing game because they don't play no defense. Like they can put up points, which is a issue the Lakers have been having is putting up points, but they got to play some D. So if they don't step it up on the defensive end, which I don't know who can guard AD or LeBron really. But if they don't step it up, man, it's a wrap. I can see them losing in a gentleman's sweep in 5, maybe 6, but it ain't going 7.
Yeah, I agree. I said it was going 5 as well.
I don't think the Blazers going to win again.
Oh yeah, it don't look too good for the Blazers.
There's no home court. That's the one thing about this playoffs is like it's like you going to LA Fitness. There's no home court advantage for anybody. That's part of why LeBron said he can't get up. Like LeBron like to play on the road and like to play against like people yelling at him. He like that adversity. Right now you shooting against yourself because ain't no noise in the crowd. It's just your teammates making noise. Yeah. So like that's why you look at guys like what's my man's from Indiana?
TJ
Warren, like he was getting buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other people that you don't normally getting buckets because there's no pressure. There's no crowd cheering. They just like an open run.
Right.
So
nah, that's true. Because I was thinking about the fact that I wish they would have let the family come earlier. But the family don't come to the second round, I believe. So it's like once that family atmosphere come, I feel like it's gonna be a lot more like slight jabs at players and stuff like booing. I don't know if they're gonna let them boo or what, but I feel like if they let them actually make a type of crowd atmosphere with the family, that could work a little bit. Because everybody get four people a person or something like that. So it's like your 4 people times 15. That's a decent crowd to make some type of noise.
That's if everybody comes in. Like you said, you don't know how they're gonna behave because they like this. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing in their family members, so you don't know how they're gonna react or they'll act like a normal NBA crowd. So. True. It could do something, but it could also do nothing.
Yeah.
True. We can move on to the number 2 Clippers versus the number 7 Mavericks. That game was about to kick off after the Celtics and Sixers game. So game 1, Kristaps got ejected, and that shifted momentum towards the Clippers. And game 2, Kristaps did not get ejected. Luke was in foul trouble, but Trey Burke, Seth Curry goes off for the Mavericks to win. And classic playoff P showed up, guys. Playoff P. How many points they had? 14 points?
14 points. 3 or something. He didn't make that many field goals.
It's looking bad because I said the Mavericks run a good team, and I'm going to stand on that point. But I'm going to have to say they're a good team if they beat the Clippers in this series. So,
they should be 2-0 because that ejection was terrible.
Yeah, that ejection was terrible. They should be up 2-0, but when would a real –
Hey, if the Clippers lose this game, they cooked, I think.
Go further.
If the Clippers lose game 3, they're not winning the series, I don't think. Because they don't look battle tested. They don't look like they can handle adversity. They really just look like they come out there and just jack shots, and they just depend on the bench to go off. And if the bench don't go off, or the bench do go off and your starters don't go off, then it's like a wash. Because Lou and Harold could put up starter numbers, and then you got PGs putting up role player numbers. Then it's like, well, it's the same. It's like equivalent. Whereas the Mavs gonna put up points. The Mavs don't really play that good defense, but they gonna score.
The highest scoring team in the NBA.
They gonna score every game. Every game in this bubble, it's almost like 100, at least 100. That's their minimum. They're like they're gonna get over 100.
Average 30, 10, and 10 in the bubble.
Yeah.
Both of them. Wait, who?
Both of them. They both average 30.
10 and 10 in the bubble.
You talking about Luka, right?
Yeah, Luka. Yeah,
okay, I'm about to say, yeah. I know Kristaps averaged more than 32 though.
And Luka's game so smooth. Every time he shoots, it look like it's going in.
Kristaps averaged more than 30 in the bubble.
He averaged 30.
He like 30.5.
They both averaged 30.
Yeah, 30 points.
That's why I said when they took him out the game, they took away the other points they needed. that first game.
And a defensive presence needed in the interior.
Tall. He's a big
Yeah,
boy.
he just tall because he don't really be glassing nothing. But he glassed.
He was glassing game too.
Not like a anchor. He don't really be worried about him bodying nobody up, but he's still a body.
Do you agree with Cut that Damon, if the Clippers win this game 3 matchup, the Mavericks win this game 3 matchup against the Clippers will lose this series and be out?
The Clippers still have Kawhi, so I don't think so. The Clippers are the better team. The Clippers had a better coach. I don't think they're playing the game right now. But this is their first playoff series as a team. Same thing that
coach.
Lakers, and everybody talks about the Lakers and not getting too worried. You got to say the same thing. So, for me, I think the Clippers will handle business tonight. I don't think Paul George will be the reason. I think Lou will be the reason. I think Montrez will be the reason. And when Montrez was wearing the Taylor Gang mask, I said, he might drop a little 25 piece tonight. So I think the Clippers definitely handle business tonight.
Why do people try to put the Clippers on the same pedestal as the Lakers?
Because that's what this is the same thing as the Cavs and the Warriors. We know that the Clippers and we can say, I think this. The Clippers and the Lakers will play, and who wins that will win the championship. We can try to bring up all these different points. It's going to be Kawhi versus LeBron, AD versus with Paul George. We know what it's going to be. We can push all these headlines.
I can't say I know that.
Hey, man. I live
One of them not making it. I'm going to say that on record. One of them not making it. And it's going to be the bubble is the reason why. Because there's, again, like I said, there's no home court advantage. So everything they fought for in the regular season is for nothing.
Yeah.
But you're saying one of them not making it to the conference championship, right? Because you're saying one.
Yeah, one not going to make it to the conference championships.
Okay.
One of them not going to.
The team with the path of not making it is the Clippers. If the Rockets win, they play who?
The Lakers.
Oh, I'm not worried. I thought the Rockets were gonna play the Clippers, but I'd prefer the Rockets to play the Clippers. But I'm not worried about them at all.
Okay.
The Clippers would have the easy.
The Clippers could beat the Jazz and the Nuggets, so I'm not even worried about them. So if they don't lose to the Mavs, then it's probably they're gonna definitely.
The Clippers are down against the Mavs, and you just said they could easily beat the Jazz and Nuggets.
They didn't like the diss at the Nuggets.
They can easily beat.
It was just the easily
They can easily beat the Jazz.
Yeah. Why'd you say and the Nuggets? That series is over.
But yeah, that series is over.
Let me know when we get it.
All right, let's get into it. The number 3 Nuggets versus the number 6 Utah Jazz. So after game 1, Donovan Mitchell dropped an astounding, I want to say 47 points. Am I correct?
Yep.
57.
57.
You talking about game 1, right?
Yeah, game 1, 57 in a loss due to Jamal Murray's greatness in overtime. But game 2 and 3, Mitchell, I told Trey in the text, Mitchell's gonna be the best player in the series. And
I'm saying, but let's talk about it.
Gang, can I introduce it first? Like, gee.
I just want to make sure you do it properly because you're saying Mitchell, and Mitchell has been balling, but Gobert has been dominating Jokic, and I just feel like
that's not true. Bruiser, continue.
Oh,
Gobert had 24 and 14 tonight.
Jazz
15 and 10.
Jazz
loss, but
Jazz are up 2-1. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jokic had 15, 5, and 6, no 10. He was not on the boards tonight, my guy.
Yeah, 5 and 5.
5 rebounds, 6 assists.
That's good you called him a superstar, sir.
Let me can I talk now?
That's role player numbers.
I'll say
Marcus Aldridge is doing more than that.
I'll say my take for at the end. Trey, you can go ahead. Explain to me why the Nuggets are down 2-1.
All right. So first and foremost,
Mike Conley had 27.
Game 1. This man, Jordan Clarkson, had 18. Okay, whatever. Game 2, he had 26. Also, game 1, Joe Ingles had another dub. He had like 18 or 19.
19.
All of this is going on, and Paul Millsap is absolutely doing nothing. And he's playing like game 1. Paul Millsap played almost 30 minutes. Paul Millsap had 8 points in 30 minutes. Like that's a part of the reason I had to go into overtime. So the role players, the Nuggets are more talented in my opinion. Like they have more. The Jazz, of course, have a superstar. Like Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. I consider him a superstar. And then a defense player of the year. And then Mike Conley, you see he came back 7 for 8 or 7 for 9 for 3. Like
that boy made 5 consecutive 3-pointers. He
got 27. So
I know. That boy went off.
If Paul Millsap and MPJ can't put together 10 apiece, like you just can't put up 10 apiece. MPJ put up 28 one game, and without that 28, the Nuggets would have lost that. So the number one issue is Paul Millsap. Like Gary Harris hurt, so Paul Millsap, Monte Morris, like those guys, they gotta drop like the
Game 2. They cut his minutes
because
they cut every minutes to 18 minutes. Game 2 from 30, and he only had 5 points.
But I'm saying in the win,
Torrey Craig played 27 minutes and had 0 points. Game 2.
That you're supporting what I'm saying.
No, I'm telling you what I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think them people they lost game 2 by 19 points. I don't think anybody that didn't score that many points was gonna make a 19-point difference.
Well, first let me finish. Game 1, Denver won by 10 in overtime. Game 2, yeah, they lost by 19. And game 3, it was a blowout.
Game 2 was a blowout too. They just made it look close.
Game 2, I wouldn't necessarily say a blowout, but my whole point is the role players who absolutely positively have to score at least like 10 or 11. Because Monte Morris and MPJ, when we won, when the Nuggets won, they had over 10, both of them.
Take that weed back, Trey. Take that weed back.
They gotta know. No. I like the Nuggets. I support the Nuggets. But I support the Nuggets. I enjoy the Nuggets. But it's just the role players in. This is my final thing, because it's the role players in Utah are going absolutely brazen. Like Joe Ingles, Georges Niang, and Jordan Clarkson are just playing out of their mind. So to talk about the Jokic Gobert matchup, stop. Jokic, other than game 3, Jokic had a very, very mediocre game. But Jamal Murray didn't do anything. Jamal Murray had 14. 14 or 12. He had either 14 or 12. Game 2, he had 14. This game, Jamal Murray might have had 12. I can't even find it in my notes because Jamal Murray had a horrible game, and he shot like 40% or 30%. Like,
I think people underestimate the fact that Mike Conley has a ton of experience for them to rely off on and play on. Like, he didn't have like the best season, like statistically.
Yeah.
But, like, the knowledge he had from all them battles, playing in Memphis, like, he's imparting that on Donovan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's key. That's major. Like, that's where they're gonna get that's where their advantage is their mental game. And even Jordan Clarkson, I mean, like, we can clown him a lot, but like, he's played with Kobe and he's played with LeBron. He's played with the last two greats, to be on the court, Kobe and LeBron. So he's battle tested too. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just don't think Denver has enough winning playoff experience.
I agree.
To get past the Jazz. Like, yes, they might have better talent per se. If you look at, look at the names and look at the potential of some of their players.
Well, no. I wouldn't say I wouldn't use the air quotes. Talent-wise, but the thing is, like, if Conley's gonna drop 20, it's gonna be ugly. But if they're playing like this, like if Jamal Murray dropping 12, Monte Morris dropping 4, like, it's gonna be ugly. But that's the thing. Like, I really think next game it's gonna be the same thing. Jamal Murray and Jokic show like game 1. So
that's what it has to be. They're the two.
Yeah. So you got the Nuggets tying the series game 4.
No, it's confirmed. They're not losing game 4. They're not losing game 4. The Nuggets. And this is why it's confirmed.
Bobo gonna play?
Bobo had 11 in 8 minutes. But that's what I'm saying. Bobo can't have 11 points. Jamal Murray played 30 minutes.
That was garbage time minutes because they rested their players.
No. I watched the whole – if you didn't watch it, those jokers was playing because it was literally our – not G League, but our bench, like our deep bench versus they deep bench because the game was over with like 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left. So they was playing, but that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, Jamal Murray got –
Do anybody else got a takeaway before I go?
It got to be in you, not on you. Donovan Mitchell got it in him.
He like that, huh?
Every year he elevates his game to another level. So
like the Jazz don't lose in the first round of the playoffs.
I can't even I can't say nothing bad about Donovan Mitchell.
They lost to the Rockets last year, first round.
Mike Conley right now.
The first year they beat them. It was a year where the Jazz beat somebody they shouldn't have beat, and then his
They beat
sophomore year he lost.
OKC.
Yeah, sophomore year he lost first round, and then his rookie
They
year,
always lost in the first round with Gordon Hayward. But they would always play like the Warriors.
I think they beat the Thunder in the first round.
His first season he won. As a rookie, he made the offseason, he won, right?
They lost to Houston, and then last year.
Then last year they lost first round. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. He getting better though, because every year he elevated his game. That's one thing I can say about him. This year he had to run a lot of point guard and stuff before they got Conley and before all that, stuff started gelling. So Conley was hurt, I think, or something like that. He played a lot of point. So I don't really have nothing bad to say about Donovan Mitchell at all.
Oh yeah, I told Trey he'll be the best player. I just think that for the Nuggets, I'm not gonna say it's time for a new coach. I don't agree with that because it's their second years in the playoffs. But I do think it's time for them to trade because, like Trey said, they all this great talent. I think it's time to go trade for a superstar, package Gary Harris, Will Barton, or another young talented player or a pick, and go get a superstar in the East or the West that's not happy with that situation. Potentially Bradley Beal. I think more players will come about saying they're not happy in that situation.
Bradley Beal would be good though.
Yeah, but they need a forward.
They don't have nothing to get Devin Booker.
Or Devin Booker, you go even get Devin. I
think
they're
just not gonna trade for him. They have MPJ and Bobo, and come on.
They're not trading Michael Porter Jr.
That's what I just said. They have it. They just won't trade certain things. They're not
going. But the Nuggets had a chance. Like what Bruce was trying to say. They been had a chance to do this. They could have been traded Gary Harris and something else in a pick.
You acting like the Nuggets are like a bad regular season. The Nuggets
that's what I'm saying. You could be a good regular season team. To be a good playoff team, you need a superstar. You need somebody that's a bucket getter every game.
I'm saying you're acting like the Nuggets aren't a good regular season team, like how it's built with the chemistry. The Nuggets will always go on like a run, and say a month or 2-3 weeks, they'll be first, second, third in the West, and they'll look so dangerous because first is they play a lot of unselfish basketball because they don't have that go-to ball. Jamal Murray's not a ball dominant scorer. He does a lot of pick and roll, but it's not 100%. Okay, the game's on the line. We're gonna give it to Jamal Murray. We might give it to Jokic type thing. So that's what I'm saying.
And I think that's their issue.
That's the problem.
That is the issue. That is the issue.
They have nobody they go off in the regular season. It's similar to Toronto with the DeRozan and Lowry years. They had nobody that scared them. They was good in the regular season, but in the playoffs, teams was bro, come playoff time, we're not scared of you. And that's when they went and got my bad, Demar. That's when they went and got Kawhi, and then people were scared of Toronto. I think it's similar to the Nuggets. They need to go get a superstar, and teams will be oh, they forgot they got a true. I can take you one-on-one with no help, player.
It's the Paul Millsap money. The Paul Millsap is it's him. Him, Gary Harris, Will Barton.
He should never gave him that money, but
I mean, he earned it at the time, but you gotta understand.
He earned it, but I don't think he was a good fit for them.
True.
He gotta go.
What you were saying, Demar?
No, I was just saying they don't put no fear in your heart.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Jamal Murray is. I feel like he's close, but he's not consistent. Donovan Mitchell's starting to get consistent. He's doing this. You do it every game now. Murray don't have that in him yet, but he got flashes. It's oh my God, Jamal Murray. He really
3 games. So now I will definitely agree with that if they end up losing the series and Jamal Murray's performance does not reflect game 1. Because regardless of what he's doing now, he's playing way better than last year. So that's why I'm not gonna say he's being inconsistent until the series is over. But if he's playing the same way,
because when they played the Jazz in the first bubble game, him and Mitchell went back and forth. Then they played the first playoff game, they went back and forth again. Then game 2 is then game 3 is
it's 2 great games and 2 mediocre games. That's not inconsistent. He had 2 great games. That's what people are fourth quarter, game 1, he scored or assisted on every play except 1. So if they lose the series, though, they got to make some changes.
When
and the last series in the West, the number 4 OKC Thunder versus the number 5 Houston Rockets. I had that series going 7. I thought without Russ, the Thunder could steal a game or 2, but they drop in game 1. Harden goes crazy, and they drop game 2, and Harden does isn't great. Daniel House eat, Jeff Green eat, Eric Gordon eat. Everybody
PJ Tucker hitting them corner threes.
And like I said,
they're playing D.
Yeah, and they're playing defense. You can't just go over that. nobody thought coming to the season that the Rockets team would play defense with this small, especially after the trade to get Covington.
Yeah, I was about to say. The only thing I say about that is the Adams.
You say what?
It's like Steven Adams. Everyone thought he was just gonna be 30-30 every night.
But that's what everybody thinks when they have when they play up like a big, that the big should go crazy. But the teams don't change the offense to go towards the big. They won't play the offense, but just give it to the big on some carries, some possessions. I mean, so I think the Rockets still in game 1 and 2 without Westbrook, and Westbrook is coming back. I believe he got more time to rest. He might not even rush the process. He might wait to the semifinals. So Rockets might. I think the Thunder can win 1, but Rockets in 5 now. That's the way it's looking. What do you guys take away?
Houston
is say 5 because Chris Paul. I just don't see Chris Paul letting the 4 go.
Chris Paul,
he got to be in there behind right now.
He overachieved as it is. Nobody expected him to get this far.
The team did overachieve.
Them getting swept won't hurt anything for him. It's because everybody feel like he got sent there to die anyway. To be honest, so
no, and that's why I say that's the only reason I feel he would be we're gonna get 1 because I'm not going out 4-0 we didn't because we shouldn't even been here. That's what it's looking like.
But they low key shouldn't because next year they probably won't be.
Yeah, I agree.
But
what you were saying?
They don't have an answer for they don't have an answer for Harden, and I think
they miss Roberson.
This year's playoffs, Harden not gonna.
I say Roberson is playing.
Yeah, yeah, he's playing. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
I'm saying Harden's not gonna shrink like he normally do. I don't think in this playoffs just because there's no crowd. I really think that's gonna really help a lot of people's game out in the playoffs.
Well, you say he not gonna do what like he normally do? Because I heard.
Shrink.
Oh boy.
Hey, no, I like Harden. I really do like Harden.
Well, you can't like Harden because I already know you're referring to how he set the NBA record for turnovers against that Golden State team that was hacking him the whole game. But
I mean, I ain't worried. I mean, it is the ball. You gonna turn the ball over when the ball is in your hand that much?
No. You're gonna turn the ball over when during the regular season, all that head and they calling it, but then in the playoffs they just not calling it. Okay, so it's a turnover. That's what happened.
He was up on the Warriors and they continued to shoot threes. And that is my own.
They went dry real bad when they got.
It's one thing to go dry and just realize you're dry. I was like, these dudes crazy, bro. They was acting like a pickup game for real. I was like,
mantra, you live and die by the 3. So that day
that's why you don't have no big playoff accomplishment. That's why
it's high risk, high reward in Houston because the 3-point is so much is valuable. But if you miss, boy, they're gonna make you pay for it.
Once you miss 10 straight, something should click and be like, all right, somebody drive, somebody cut. We're gonna keep shooting.
Who's gonna shoot? And then they got rid of their big, so I mean,
yeah,
that's what they built.
They all in on it now. Mike D'Antoni knows this is his contract if he don't do something. So
I like what Stan is saying, talking about how the crowd is like that's playing a factor in how players are doing good. And to me, I didn't think that would matter if the crowds were there or not there. But seeing different players go off, I kind of give it more credence because at first I was like, crowd being there don't matter. They should just. But some people do tighten up when the crowd, defense, all that noise in the ear. So
it makes them focus. I think this bubble. It's because you don't have nothing to hear but basketball and your teammates.
Yeah. Let me say it's as a person that still plays under a whistle, that really makes a difference. There's a difference in when I'm going to pay pickup at LA. That's a lot different. The way I'm feeling about the game and the way I'm thinking about the game is low key different than when I'm playing under a ref game with a crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With a ref game with a crowd, if you start to miss a couple, that can get in your head because then you're hearing that, oh, he garbage. Look at him, he missing. Everybody, you know what I'm saying all this kind of stuff. And, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have it mentally and have tough skin, that can really throw you off your game. And then you don't have confidence, even though you still, you know what I'm saying, jacking up shots. And if you're jacking up with no confidence, I mean, 9 times out of 10, it ain't going in. So, I mean, like I said, I think it's the bubble is a gift and a curse for certain players. Certain players that thrive on that pressure, like LeBron, he's struggling because he ain't got nothing to get him crunk, get him hype. But players you know what I'm saying, that normally falter under that pressure, that's not there no more.
Like Devin Booker.
LeBron's struggling.
LeBron ain't LeBron.
Or like he usually do.
He ain't LeBron right now.
Walk in the park triple doubles. Like he's
You
waking.
know what I'm saying? But that's not triple doubles is one thing, but he not the way he's shooting, everything is like his driving, his mannerisms is like a little off.
He just not aggressive to me. He just passive, it seemed like. Because that's
passive because he know he off.
That. Ain't nobody got time for him to be passive right now.
He always been passive, but it's like I'm saying, bro, he had like 10 points yesterday.
He got to turn it on. I mean, I know his head is in like a lot of different places, and I know he didn't get off Twitter this year. He was saying, because of like all the activism and stuff, and I get it, but like he got to find a way to like get some motivation. Like, just
I think when his kids and stuff.
Only reason I feel like he don't got to is because they have a really bad man on that team.
AD.
When his kids come, I feel like he might lock in better. If his kids come, some people might tell their kids don't come or their wife don't come, but I feel like that might be the added motivation him seeing them or something. Maybe.
I ain't sold on AD either.
Man, that's okay. All you have to do is Google Anthony Davis stats.
He a Lakers fan though, so he a Lakers fan.
I'm not impressed.
He's a Lakers fan, so
you just don't. I don't know what to say about that.
AD, bro, y'all gonna see. He hasn't had that breakout.
So you're a Lakers fan besides Shaquille O'Neal, AD. I was about to because I caught myself. AD is extremely better than every center that has ever touched your franchise.
Have you ever heard of Wilt Chamberlain?
I mean, and Wilt Chamberlain. Come on.
Have you heard of Kareem?
They got a couple threes. Kareem Abdul.
Oh, wait, who?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Hakeem Olajuwon didn't play with y'all.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, boy.
So he's top five. He's top five.
He's five.
Or fourth, or he's fourth.
I'm taking Pau Gasol over.
Elgin Baylor.
And that's what I'm saying.
Elgin Baylor was good.
Elgin Baylor was no big.
You want a center?
No, he's a 3.
AD's better than Elgin Baylor in my book.
It's a different position. He should be, but yeah,
not sure.
Who does Tom think about?
I don't know. You guys ready to go over to the East though?
Yeah.
AD gonna show y'all, bro. AD got a 50-point game sitting inside him.
I'm gonna need him
a top 5 player in the top
and make me a believer.
All right. We'll move over to the East. Number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks tied the series yesterday, and I don't think it was a blowout, but they did beat the Orlando Magic. Tied the series 1-1.
I think it was a blowout.
After Orlando Magic shocked the world and beat the Bucks, and the media didn't give it a lot of attention. It's funny how the media do that. But Vucevic went off game 1. Giannis went off game 1 as well, and 2. Middleton didn't show up game 1 and 2. My Middleton take looking worse and worse as time goes on. So is this a quick? We don't need to go to a deep dive here, right? We know the Bucks are gonna win in 5, right?
I don't want to even talk about it. The Bucks got that.
Now, I wouldn't say. I mean, yeah, I say Bucks in 5 or 6. But if they do go game 7, I would say it's a complete toss up.
The Magic games is unlikely.
They should never go 7 games with an 8 seed that is missing 2 of its best players.
When the Celtics had KG, Ray Allen them against the Hawks, did they go 7 or 6? Because I feel like they went 7 and they embarrassed the Hawks, but I feel like they still went 7. You don't remember that?
The Hawks also was at full strength. This Orlando team ain't full strength. They ain't that good regardless. And then you take away Aaron Gordon, you take away Jonathan Isaac. Them boys just lucky to be there.
Wait, the Magic.
Mo Bamba hurt too, huh?
Yeah.
I was about to say Bamba, Isaac, and who?
Aaron Gordon
hurt.
I want to say Aaron Gordon best player, but Aaron Gordon. Oh, with that Kyle Lowry, he's still hurt from that.
Did he got hurt on that play?
Yeah, when Lowry won.
I didn't know. Aaron Gordon got hurt on that play.
Yeah, when it was like meet me when he said his room number.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know he got hurt. I thought they were just.
I didn't know what happened. I thought he was just talking.
I'm not. Yeah,
but the Bucks cannot go 7 with this Magic team. If they do, I do have the Heat winning that series because
regardless.
We can move to game number 2 seed Raptors versus number 7 seed Brooklyn Nets. The Raptors take a commanding 3-0 lead on the Brooklyn Nets. Anybody can beat you in the Raptors in this series. It could be Van Fleet, it could be Lowry, it could be Siakam. Brooklyn Nets desperately missed their 3 critical pieces: DeAndre Jordan, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and they don't have a head coach. So, is there any much to stay here?
Nope.
Gotcha.
Right, look good.
Got to put that in there.
That's the Nets season in a nutshell.
Not game 3. Number 3, Celtics versus number 6, 76ers. Boston has also takes a commanding 3-0 lead. Tatum, Brown, Kemba. Even with the loss of Gordon Hayward, this team hasn't missed a beat. I thought Joel Embiid could win a game by itself, but he desperately needs help. Tobias Harris, who gets paid big bucks, ain't doing nothing. Al Horford gets paid big bucks, don't do nothing. So this might be a sweep. They're just talented. Like they're the superior team. They're the superior.
Tatum had 32 and JB had 29.
Philly is like one of them cars that got like a lot of rims and a lot of like expensive stuff on it, but it don't go together. It looks a mess.
Oh,
you think they should blow it up?
The Sixers, yes.
They gotta blow that up. Like, I mean, they got such a high payroll. They got players that are individually pretty good players, but don't play together well.
Good together. That's why Jimmy got out of there.
Like the Lakers when we had that super team back in 2004 and we lost to the Pistons in the finals, that team just didn't play well together. You got Shaq, you had Shaq, Malone, Peyton, Kobe. You think, oh, this is going to be easy. Like, no, just because you can have a lot of great players together, they don't –
a lot of all-stars.
There's no chemistry. All that talent is for nothing. And that's where I see Philly at. And I don't even think it's a coaching thing. I think really there's
it's both.
I don't blame Brett Brown. I don't.
Coaching and culture.
You can't blame Brett Brown. Ben Simmons and Embiid are not good together. Tobias Harris, not good with them. Al Horford with Embiid, they thought that was – we're going to have the best 4 and 5 in the league as a duo. Not good together. They don't play good together. Jimmy Butler was there with that same group of people last year. They weren't good together. So they got worse when they lost Jimmy anyway. And then, boom, same result. Not good.
I
know they was better last year than this year.
They was talking about it before the game. It's their game planning within this series. That's why I'm saying a lot of it also has to do with coaching. Because after not this game 3, but game 2, Kemba said he ain't never had that many open shots. He don't remember the time where he had that many wide open shots. And then I didn't really.
Why he getting open, no Trey?
So
he getting open because Tatum and Jaylen Brown is okay. They can shoot too. You got to respect them all.
No, that's what I'm saying because then Joel Embiid was like, oh, I got to do this on covering pick and pops. But then I'm just
guys can shoot. They all can shoot.
Whatever the game plan that the Sixers had going in, I don't know what they was expecting. And what I agree with what they were saying before the game. The biggest point is I feel like since Ben got hurt, they was just off rip like, oh, we don't got Ben, so we just we're gonna come out here and play.
They just look slow without Ben. Like, say what you want, Ben can't shoot a 3, but Ben
that's their best facilitator.
Yeah, he moved that ball. Like they look like they know how to play team basketball with Ben. With Ben gone, just like Russ, he gets the fast break going. Like
I think Embiid might need to look.
Who's to coach them though? If you believe that coaching is the biggest issue, and I never said
it was the biggest issue. I just said it's a major.
Make that team work. Can you name a coach that can make that team work? If they keep that team exactly how it is.
Popovich.
You said Popovich?
He literally be cutting. Most of those players will be getting traded as soon as he gets hired.
And that's how you make the team work.
Anybody though. He can't. Brett Brown don't have the pull to blow that team up. He's not the GM. But Pop, I'm not taking the job unless you trade.
Okay, so he got to get out of there then. You can't make an excuse for a coach. Who's more expendable, Brett Brown or Ben Simmons and Embiid? Stop it.
Well, they're not going to work no matter who the coach is. They don't play good together.
They've only had one coach together.
They're not that good together. They're not beating any good team together. They could beat the Hornets and they could beat the Hawks. They could beat teams they could bully like smaller teams, but they're not beating a good team together. They're not.
Remember when everyone said Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and them can't play together?
Who said that?
A lot of people said, and then it was like, oh, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
They said Kyrie and Jason Tatum and them can't play together. They didn't say they couldn't play together.
No, they were saying it's too much talent. They was just saying it was too much talent, not enough. It's only one ball. Just like when what people were trying to say before they saw KD with Steph. And you see when Kemba came, like, it's a whole – so you don't know if they need one more extra piece. You don't really know. But what is a consistent thing with this 76ers team is Brett Brown.
They just had an extra piece. They had Jimmy Butler, who was the extra piece, and left and then carried another team to the playoffs.
Bro, they
didn't want to pay Jimmy, I believe, though.
They didn't want to pay him because they playing Tobias and Horford.
They brought Horford in and Richardson in when Jimmy left.
They only could get Richardson because they had to get rid. It was a buyout. It was like
it
was a sign and trade. They signed and traded. They bought in Richardson, but they had Horford and Tobias already. I thought, yeah,
Horford been there. Horford was with the Celtics last year.
Yeah, they got Horford after Jimmy left.
So they got him after he left.
Yeah, he didn't play with the Sixers. They'll rather fire Brett Brown than think about breaking up Embiid.
Yeah, I think they'll fire.
They can fire him, and then they're gonna have the same result, and they're gonna waste another season, and then we'll be back here having the same.
It's even though we want the Sixers to like potentially win games. It's all about selling stuff as well.
I try to say they're good together, but they don't accomplish anything together other than being all-stars.
How do you get better?
They don't play good together.
How do you get
better? Embiid wanna pick and pop and post up and whatever, do all that.
Embiid is hurt a lot.
Ben don't even want to be there. You can tell Ben don't want to be there.
I can't tell that.
Ben don't want to be there. He don't. When they didn't get LeBron, bro. When they didn't get LeBron, that's when that was clipped, and that's when you could tell Ben, bro.
You talking about stuff wasn't working. That wasn't gonna work.
Ben is clutch sports, and Ben don't.
I know you saw that tweet with if they would have got LeBron. LeBron drives, dishes it out to Simmons. Simmons drives, dishes it out to James. LeBron.
I'm saying, but that's when you knew they're not attracting any pieces.
I mean, to me, you're
they
right.
can't shoot either. They don't have no shooters.
Attract any pieces, but LeBron. I don't think LeBron could have ever worked.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying that would have made some type of hype around it. Them getting them, they were in the run
because he ain't no shooter either. They
LeBron needs shooters around him.
Yeah,
yes,
and that's why LA struggling right now.
That's why I said you put J.R. Smith in the game because he's a shooter. He's gonna shoot.
Oh God! What were you saying? They was talking over you. My bad. What you saying? Are you good? Hey, bro.
Brought JR back over.
Bro, JR can shoot. I don't understand. Like, you talk about Danny Green defense, but Danny Green can't shoot better than JR. Clearly, he ain't got it right now.
It's a reason Danny Green's playing, and he
just scored because he's been on the team since last July. That's why he's playing.
That's the reason.
Still won the NBA championship last year.
That is literally the reason he's been on the team.
That be the reason. That means he knows the system better. It's just he has some type of.
But it's the playoffs. Either you're gonna hoop or you're not gonna hoop. And he's not hooping.
What I'm saying is, I don't think that whoever makes, because I don't know if like Vogel is 100% like he's the end all be all for the lineup, but whoever puts in input for the lineup, Danny Green is playing over JR because of something. Like they're just not saying
because JR's been on the team a month and he's been on the team a year.
They obviously
it's been a year. He's been on the team a full year, bro.
So he could be an integral piece. They was like, oh, we're gonna get JR because we know we need a shooter. Like, what?
No, they signed JR. JR got bought out finally because JR really was just sitting at home. Then it was like, wait, we need to bring in JR. LeBron told them, bring in JR. Oh, Philly Cheese is sitting at home too? Bring in him too. Because and then why else would you cut the people you was cutting to bring them in?
They brought a man for depth reasons.
Yeah, they add depth, but
they didn't bring him in so he could just come and be the starting two.
He's not a role player. He's not a bench warmer. I'm saying he plays his role. If your other role player isn't playing well, you plug in another role player.
Hey, Danny Green, don't Danny Green start?
He's a role player.
No, but he start. Isn't he a starter?
He's a role player. It don't matter if he start or not.
I don't know.
He start.
Yeah, he start normally.
And Avery Bradley, I really wish Avery Bradley was there instead of him because Avery Bradley, I feel like Avery Bradley would be doing way better.
So it's just frustrating me. We gave J.R. Smith about like 20 minutes of airtime today, and that's more PT than he get. Like he's
your favorite player is Kyrie, bro. Please stop. Not a winner. Relax.
Oh my God.
He's a beta. He has to play with somebody better than him to be successful.
God. Why are we doing this?
Don't just be doing that to JR, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We don't know, bro. We don't know, cuz.
I think
all right.
You know what I'm talking about.
I didn't know what he was talking about.
And last but not least, the number 4 seed Pacers versus the number 5 seed Miami Heat. The Heat are up 2-0 after 2 commanding victories against the Indiana Pacers. I said this last week, the Heat will win in 5. I think they have a mental edge over the Pacers, and night in, night out, I continue to see that. It's just something that the Heat has that the Pacers don't. And the Pacers are missing Sabonis, and Oladipo was out. He missed the rest of the second half after the eye injury. So I think they missed Sabonis for real. If Sabonis was here, it would have been a better series.
Was an all-star.
You got Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson going like that.
Oh yeah, they've been money in the playoffs.
It's curtains.
Then Dragic putting in minutes, Abayo on the defense, then Crowder, Iggy. Team nice.
That's a scrappy team, and they allow Jimmy to be himself and to be like that aggressive, angry, you know what I'm saying, like player, which leads them and drives them. Like that's another thing why Jimmy didn't work in Philly. Like Embiid and no one trying to get yelled at like that. Like Jimmy said it himself. Like in Miami, he can be himself.
Yeah, he was like, I'll cuss them out, and I expect them to cuss me back out, and then we cool.
But when you can allow your leader, your best player to drive your culture, and everybody buys into that culture, it's gonna make make your team that much better. When everybody is having one mindset and one, one belief and one culture. And that's what Miami has right now. And Miami has always had a winning culture. With Pat Riley, they've always had a winning culture. Now they got a superstar that they can follow and believe in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Jimmy's going to lead them to a championship.
He is a superstar, jackass. Tried to explain this to you.
I mean, based on the people y'all been calling
two-way superstar.
Pat, I'm going to call Jimmy a superstar. Y'all been throwing that word loosely around here.
He's a superstar.
How can Jimmy be a superstar?
Based on the definition of player.
If Paul George is almost – if y'all consider Paul George a superstar, Jimmy's a superstar.
I don't. So how?
Jimmy more consistent than Paul George. Jimmy really better than Paul George. You want to hear that?
Ooh, that's crazy.
Cool. You can have that.
I'll say that. You can
He's a better defender. They're both really good.
He's a better defender, and Paul George a better scorer, but Jimmy.
But he's a better defender, but he's not a way better defender.
I would say Jimmy Butler's a two-way superstar, but he's a star. Like as a player, he's.
I like Jimmy. I think Jimmy less likely to choke in the playoffs.
Either of them are superstars.
You're not giving.
No, and we're calling these people.
You call Donovan Mitchell a superstar. How is Jimmy Butler not a superstar?
I never said. They said that.
Yeah, and I take that back. That was just respecting him.
What you said, Stan?
And we calling all these people superstars. What do we call people that are like elite, like LeBron?
That's what I'm saying. Because LeBron's a superstar.
I'm saying I feel like Jimmy's a top 10 player right now, though.
Hold on.
I'm not even about to count the 10 people better than him. Because it's 10 players.
I'll tell you.
Bro, it's 10 players better than Jimmy Butler.
I'm not talking to you. I'm letting him count. Let him count.
I was talking to bro. I wasn't talking to
Miller.
Ashton.
Right,
no, I just saw your name.
I can't hear you. I can't even hear you. You know what I'm saying? Because Trey keep talking.
I'm literally going to name like 10 players that are better than that man.
Go ahead. I'm talking about right now, though. I'm not talking about like overall.
Right now.
He's not playing.
Man.
People that laced up this season, there are 10 players better than him that laced up this season.
In the bubble right now?
That's not what
I said that laced up this season.
I'm talking about right now, though.
So you're going to eliminate 8 teams and 8 players. Then you're going to eliminate the other teams that they got to, like.
The top 10 player right now.
Outlandish, right?
The team.
That's outlandish, right, Ashton?
Okay, hold on. So Harden.
Uh-huh.
I'm still going to name 10 people better than him. Harden.
Russ is playing right now.
No,
Russ can play any – Bruiser, didn't you say he might even play – he could play any really time? Man, Russ is –
let's not include Russ, but still. Harden, Bron, AD, Kawhi, Dame,
Giannis,
Paul George.
Paul George not better.
Okay, since that's not a shadow of a doubt, we got 6. Joel Embiid is better than him. It's 7.
Luka.
Is Joel Embiid better than him?
Luka.
Yes, I added Luka, bro.
Is Joel Embiid better than him?
Yes, that's 8. That's 8.
I don't know about that.
Because I'm not even going to say Jokic.
Siakam.
All right. No, I'm not. I'm done.
Siakam not better than
okay.
Jokic has a first team all.
How Joel Embiid better than him and Jimmy Butler was leading the team last year?
You said it right now. You just said it right now. Like, go check the stats. His numbers are better than Jimmy Butler.
Luke, but he's the facilitator for the team.
Nah,
He guard the best player. He guard TJ Warren and bring the ball out. But y'all only care about points. So whatever. I digress. Y'all
You just say it right now, and you could.
But y'all only counting points. And B can score points because he's 7'3".
He's a better inside defender than Embiid.
On Daniel Theis.
He's a better inside defender than Jimmy Butler. Like, what are you saying?
He's a center on Daniel
Jimmy
Theis.
Butler's a better perimeter defender, and he's still not a better player.
He's a small forward. Y'all, whatever, bro. We could agree to disagree. But I call him a superstar off the rip? No. But y'all start throwing superstar around, calling other people superstar, because for whatever reason, but whatever. You know, it's all about points, though. So if you get a couple triple-doubles and a lot of points, like Luka, you're a superstar, apparently. So.
Giannis, Bron, Kawhi. You said KD not playing, so we can't count KD. AD, Harden, Luka, Russ, Dame, Kyrie not playing. Donovan Mitchell is better than him.
Better than Jimmy right now.
If they're doing it right now, they said Porzingis dropped 30 a game. So Porzingis is better than him right
In
now.
the bubble. He dropped 30 in the bubble.
You said that. You just said in the
I said right now in the offs, bro.
Porzingis is in the offs. What are you talking about?
He didn't drop 30 in both of them games.
One game he got kicked out. I'm saying in the bubble, he averaged 30 in the bubble.
You're
literally trying to.
Porzingis not better than Jimmy Butler, bro, but okay.
Kimba better than
Jimmy. Bro.
Kimba better than Jimmy.
Is he?
Jason Tatum is better than Jimmy.
I agree.
What? Like that's 10 people next, and that's without KD, Kyrie.
Okay, we'll see how it play out.
Steph's still at home. Steph better than a man.
Clay.
Y'all know how y'all go shopping, and then when you shopping, you filter everything. That's what Derek doing right now.
Yeah.
Not in the bubble, but couldn't play last year.
I love Derek, man. I love Derek.
He's a top 3, top 4 defender.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the bubble, the NBA released the NBA Bubble Awards. Coach of the Year went to Monty Williams. MVP of the bubble went to Damian Lillard. I think this shit went to Devin Booker, in my opinion. But in all seeding games, first team was Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Luka Doncic, and James Harden. Yep.
They all dropped average 30.
I do want to say, as much as I slander him, I believe Giannis should have made that first team over TJ Warren due to the fact that when it was time for him to play the Heat,
he dropped 12 points.
But I'm telling you what they were doing it off, because all of them, every single one of them averaged 30.
Yeah.
Because TJ Warren averaged 31 and 6.
I think Giannis would have got it if he didn't get thrown out that last game, if he didn't get suspended.
Well, Giannis averaged
That boy walked up
26
that
and
boy
12
and
or
said,
something.
Giannis been watching too much SmackDown, man. You know the Bucks love wrestling. Giannis been watching too much SmackDown.
Came in headbutt, bro. Oh yeah, when y'all talking about the Celtics and Sixers, I got distracted. The Mavericks, bro, they're not scared of the Clippers, bro.
Oh, they're playing right. They're going crazy right now.
It's 26-25. Mavericks up 1. They just made Clippers made a 3, but Marcus Morris tripped over Luka leg and flopped. Luka turned around and said, "Stop flopping, man." And Montrezl Harrell, Marcus Morris got up and got mad. Then on the next possession, Marcus Morris tried to do something to Porzingis, and Porzingis walked up on him like, "Hey, don't do that." Hey, bro, these Europeans, bro,
I forgot about Porzingis.
They're trying to play bully ball. That's all that is.
It's getting chippy, bro, and I like it. I'm starting to like them. I'm starting to like the Mavericks. I'm not gonna say they're a good team, but I'm starting to like them.
When Porzingis went there, their potential is out the roof. But yeah, they just got to win game. I mean,
I think they need one more piece.
They definitely need one more piece, and
One
not
more
really a shooter, just a two-way.
Because I think he's trending. He's definitely trending. But if they beat the Clippers, Luka is definitely now a superstar. Definitely.
Confirmed.
Yes.
Yo, you don't agree, Stan? What?
Not just one game, one series.
Beating the team people think gonna win the championship.
Luka averaged 30, 10.
Who thought that? I ain't never thought the Clippers
was multiple media personalities.
Yeah, that's your Lakers.
Even the Vegas odds had the Clippers at the top of the list.
Right. And not to mention, can't forget about the seeding. Clippers are the 2 seed. Mavericks the 7 seed. In addition to that, Luka is already an MVP candidate, or I believe he should. I think they
Luka getting hype because Luka white. They needed
you sound like Derek.
That's another
He's still a great player, but the hype train that they push behind Luka is because he's white. Because they ain't got what other white player they got to cheer behind.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I'm not saying he's
good, but he's white.
I'm not. You like I said he was garbage. I ain't say he was garbage. I ain't say he was terrible. He's a very good player. He's a very good young talent.
So he's not great. He's not a great player though. Luka not great.
I need him to be a little bit more efficient.
That's a fair criticism, I guess.
Wow. So when we talk about LeBron, we say he needs to attack more. So if LeBron finishes with 37 on 31.
I'm not a LeBron fan. I don't give a shit about LeBron.
That's not what he's saying, though. Answer the question.
You just answer the question, Jack.
And I'm going to ride him.
We ain't talking about no fans. We answer the question.
My question, Ashton, is if LeBron takes 37, if he takes 31 shots, but he finishes with 37, and people say, oh, he was aggressive, that's why they won the game. Are you fine with that?
If he's inefficient, he inefficient. Period.
But if they won the game, are you fine with that?
I mean, yeah, W's a W.
Okay.
He's gonna find when we win the game.
Like Luka just won so many games. They were the 7th seed.
Why you trying to hold the efficiency card to Luka when he took his team to the playoffs?
You're talking about really.
Wait, one at a time. You go, Stan. I didn't hear you. You go.
I'm saying y'all act like this man is like a top 5 player in the league.
Nobody said that.
He's trending that way though.
I was about to say DeMar said it. He said trending. That's what.
Oh, y'all literally said he's a bona fide superstar and he's above.
I heard MVP candidate.
He was an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
And I'm saying because
he was an MVP candidate. That's a fact. And you're gonna literally argue
the finalist
because he was. You're gonna say because he's.
I think Luka was top 5 MVP voter though.
He wasn't a finalist, but then they try to also put him in MIP. Which is also them hyping him up because he's not an MIP.
But I'm saying we're giving no facts though. That's a fact.
So, why is he nominated for MIP when at no point he didn't get that much better? He was already.
He literally came out and said it shouldn't be me. It should be Devontae Graham.
Right, but who's hyping him?
Oh
that's what the point is. We're saying he's being hyped. He is
because he's white. What?
Bro,
what?
When the last time you had a white or foreign, other than Giannis, who's a white or foreign star like Dirk or whoever being pushed like that? Who's been the white face of the league?
You just brought up Dirk.
Dirk.
That's all I needed. He just said like Dirk. So you already comparing his stardom to Dirk. So
no, that's what they're hyping him like. Dirk.
That's all I needed to hear. So he's obviously trending to superstardom.
Again, outside of Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki, what white boy have we had that was hyped like this?
I don't even know. I don't even know what the argument is or the discussion's about.
That's all it is.
Being hyped. That's okay though. It's okay. But nobody said he sucks. Nobody said he wasn't good or he don't deserve recognition.
I don't like over.
But they're force feeding him. He's being force fed to you.
I disagree. Because
every highlight is like, oh my God, it's Luka. Oh my God, he did it again. Blah, blah, blah.
I do agree that when he did that between the legs pass to beat the Bucks in the regular season bubble game, that was overhyped. But I don't like the word. I think when I say overhyped, that's my issue. I think they hype. I don't think he's overhyped. He's just hyped.
It's oversaturated. They're giving us just like when Zion first got drafted. It was
just like that.
He's overhyped as well.
Yeah,
overhyped is just the saturation.
I think you can't say Luka's overhyped because he's living up to the hype. I just say you got to say hype. I don't think he's overhyped.
He's a walking triple double.
I think Luka doesn't get the same criticism when he shoots inefficiently. He does not get the same criticism as say someone like James Harden when James Harden have a really bad shooting night.
Does Luka have an MVP?
Right.
And it's
MVP.
You
can't not matter. He's held to it.
Wait, one at a time. Let's stand
criticize him when he has a terrible game. They don't criticize him.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Say it one more time.
I feel like you said they don't criticize him when he has a bad game, but they put him on a pedestal when he has a good game. That's false. I've heard them go in on him for having a 20.6 and 6 game without Porzingis where they thought he should have did more type. I've heard them go in on him.
Luka.
Who's going in on him? Who's going in on him? That's what I'm asking.
Sports media. What do you mean?
It's one thing for Nick Wright or a show like that to go in on him, but when they're talking about highlights or talking about reviewing a game or giving a summary of a game, they're not going to talk bad about him. They don't.
Well, he's fun to watch.
Or a show like on First Take where they get paid to give criticism or speak their mind. That is an opinionated thing. Whereas on ESPN, SportsCenter, whatever, on SportsCenter, they're not doing that. That's going to be highlights. They're never going to say Luka just was terrible tonight. That's not what they do. It's not. That's a different type of media. That's my point.
But I feel like he also hasn't been in the game long enough for you to say he's been this bad. But he has been this great.
And then for you
Based
talking
on
about
what?
sports
What is
center, they
what
definitely
determines
put
great?
people on sports
Making the
center.
playoffs, being a
Rookie of the year, All-Star,
Like,
MIP.
starter in the West.
In the
He's not
playoffs,
MIP.
second
In
year.
his second year.
Yeah, you can't
Donovan
say
Mitchell made his rookie
you
year.
can't say he's not MIP.
Donovan Mitchell's done the same things.
Did
He's
he
done
start?
literally the same things.
Yeah,
Literally,
Donovan Mitchell does
literally
not average a
done the
triple
same
double.
thing.
Did he
He's
start?
done the same thing.
Donovan Mitchell does not average a triple double.
Did Donovan Mitchell start in the All-Star game?
Russell Westbrook averaged a triple double. Then it was stat padding.
He's a superstar.
It's not. It's a. Oh, he's so great. He's so fluid in his game. That is the point I'm making. If you want to make an argument at another player, make the same argument to Luka Doncic. That is the same.
I'm not making different arguments. I'm just talking about Luka. Y'all don't.
Russell Westbrook gets a rebound. It's stat pattern.
I don't say
He get a
that.
rebound. Oh, he just running offense.
I don't
Oh,
say that.
Luka shoot bad. Oh, he just off the night.
That's your personal.
Harder shoot bad. He inefficient. That's the point I'm making. But you don't gotta see it the way we see it. That's fine. But that's where it's coming from.
That's what you saying, Ashton?
Y'all funny. I just think before we hype all this praise on him, I need to see.
That's not what Ashton's saying.
I need to see more from him. That's all I'm saying. I need to see more from him.
So if he beats the number 2 seed Clippers that has arguably two superstars, including a Finals MVP, just won it last year, you don't think that Luka Doncic is a superstar after winning this series if they beat the Clippers?
Is that an open question?
Yeah, that's an open question.
I don't think he's a superstar.
If he beat the Clippers though, if he beats the Clippers.
I heard you. I don't think he's a superstar if he beat them either. It's a team sport too, and I understand what y'all are saying. Luka, first off, he's not gonna get the same criticism as everybody else. Those other players, 10 years pro, there's a lot of tape on them. We barely have tape on Luka. So it's going to be different. And he's 21. No one's going to criticize a 21-year-old NBA player, bro. Like, not heavily. But Luka is doing things that are making him look like a 10-year pro. So if he does receive criticism, that'll be why. But as always, it shouldn't be warranted to receive that criticism. I think he's obviously – yeah, I got you. I'm almost done. I obviously think he's going to be a superstar. Like, we all can see that. But right now, Bruce, you said, you can't just throw this word out there like he's a superstar right now. Like, he has to prove himself, and that's what he's doing. So obviously we can say, yeah, he's going to be a superstar, but until it's actually done, the steps have been taken and the boxes have been checked off, he's not a superstar, and that's fine. But we know he's going to be there.
You said an important thing. You said they're not going to
Can I get him?
Wait, let DeMond go.
Please, Trey, let me get him because
I just got a question for
just got here, but I said trending. He's trending towards this. If they beat the 2 seed, he's a superstar.
Y'all can't say that. Y'all hold up. I'm gonna say this.
Be a superstar.
I'm gonna say this about you saying this 2 seed. The Clippers are a good team, but the Mavericks were also 3-4 seed most of the year. So they're also a top 4 team in the West. They just happened to have fell off and got the 7 seed. They were up there with the 3 and 4 seed most of the season. And then, like, towards the end of the first half, where before this COVID stuff, they start falling off. But they were up there with the 3 or 4 seed.
There's no way in
top
hell.
4 team.
In hell.
Bro, the Nuggets are the 3rd seed, and they're getting blown out, bro. So what do seeds matter? What do seeds matter?
Let me say something.
Blown out.
Twice.
There is no way in hell that you go from a top 3 seed to the 7th, and ESPN does not talk about it at all.
It was close.
Bro, it's close games.
It was close,
Bro, all of those games
were close. But
All
you
those
don't
games
get
were
talked
close.
about. Want to know why they don't talk about it?
They don't talk about it because they're a young team. They don't
And that's what, so, John, you said they won't criticize him as heavy as others based off his age, not because he's white. Right? Do you think?
What was stated was that he's over. He gets a lot of hype.
I'm asking you a question.
Bro, say what you said, Stan. Go ahead and say what you said from the beginning.
Never mind, John. Forget. I don't even care anymore to ask.
All I'm saying is, like, there's a hype train built around Luka because he happens to be white. It has nothing to do. I'm not saying he's not going to be a great player, and I'm not saying he's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, the next Dirk or whatever, and can win an MVP in the future. I'm not saying none of that. But my point is the way he's portrayed in the media and the lack of criticism he gets is partly a result of him being a white player.
Do you think it's because he's white, or do you think it's because he's from overseas and international? I think
It's a combination of both, because the NBA is definitely going to always push their business over into an international market. They love those international fans. That's more money for them. Same way Yao Ming was marketed. Yao was good, but
keep
Yao
naming household names because he already named Dirk.
Yao was not that good. He was okay.
Yao Ming's a household name. That's
because of the hype. Yao had a whole country of China behind him. He had a whole country
hype train.
So, like, what I'm going to say, there's no hype train if the player isn't a good player. There can't be any hype if he's not putting up numbers, because it'll just you trying to just push on an average European player.
Bro, there was hype on Austin Rivers coming out of high school, and look at him now.
What are you talking about coming out of high school?
Austin is still.
I'm just saying there could be hype.
When he came out of high school, he did not come to the league, sir. You talking about NCAA hype? He ain't had no hype coming to the. Well, he ain't had no hype.
What difference to make? Hype is hype, whether it's NCAA or NFL. Hype is
one
hype.
of the hardest.
Hype doesn't have a genre. Hype is hype.
Duh, he gonna be hyped up. What? You crazy?
So wait, okay, bet. This next, we're about to get into a draft lottery. So, LaMelo, is he going to be? Do you think he's going to be the NBA's next person to hype up?
There's already hype with LaMelo.
Yeah, hyping him
I know,
up.
but he's already hype. I'm talking about when the NBA starts pushing him, ESPN, Fox Sports start pushing him. Who do you think is the next player to be like overhyped?
Whoever the number one pick and LaMelo.
I think LaMelo is going to be overhyped.
LaMelo's going to be hyped, and that boy, that Devin Adiji, if he end up being good, they're going to hype that too.
And he's from Senegal, so what? Is it because he black they're going to hype him?
Devin Adiji is not from Senegal.
Oh, no, I'm talking about a Marcilla.
Yeah, you just want to make arguments.
I'm just trying to understand the stupid stuff I think y'all are saying.
I just want to say, I have never heard anybody say Luka is 5 because he is white. But
yeah, that's so crazy.
That's not what that means. Y'all
I'm just
so
saying, that's
you
not
saying I'm stupid, but y'all being small-minded.
We're not calling Luka a bad player.
Argument. I just think you're wrong.
Okay, and you can think what you want to think, but you're not gonna call me stupid when you're not understanding what we're saying.
Nobody's calling Luka a bad player. We're just saying the way he's covered by the media, his skin color does have something to do with that.
I disagree.
I don't get into the skin color of sports.
Yeah, that's not how I look at it.
Like, you got to be good.
I don't
you can't
see
be
color.
a white boy and putting up 15, 77 and have a hype train. Like, he's putting up 29, 9, and 9.
Tyler Hero don't have no hype coming into the league.
What?
Tyler Hero don't have no hype coming into the league. Tyler Hero
playing like Luka.
Tyler Hero came into the league. Everybody was like, "Well, that's a cool white boy, boy." I ain't never seen a white boy.
That's because he had a.
I ain't never seen a white boy do this.
You acting like they're lying.
Tyler Hero is fire though. Like, I don't understand. These are
It's
good
not
players.
saying they aren't fire. It's saying they get more attention because they're white.
I said more attention. People are
Who is
surprised.
Tyler Hero getting more attention then? Like,
Tyler Hero. First of all,
who
Tyler
are you
Hero.
comparing him to? Who are you comparing his attention getting to?
Yeah.
But Tyler Hero, he missed 15 games this year. If he didn't miss those games, he'd be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. So it's not like he's been.
More attention to.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. Kendrick Nunn is in it.
I didn't say he'd be a top 3 finalist. I said he'd be in a conversation for Rookie of the Year.
If you're not in the top 3, you're not in the conversation.
Yes, you are. What are you talking about?
You're not in the conversation because you're not gonna win it.
Dog.
They
Didn't you say
the top 3? He's not in the top 3.
Watch how this is hypocritical. Because didn't you just say last week that Devontae Graham should have been top 3 MIP? But he's not, right?
He should have been top 3 in MIP. Yes.
But so he's in your conversation.
Because they boosted Luka. They put him in the top 3. Why is he in the top 3? Why is Luka in the top 3? Why? If he's so good and he's been so good, why is he in the top 3?
Because he got better from last year. He got better.
Out of here. No,
his points got better. His rebounds got better. His assists got better.
That's because they hyped him. That is why he's hyped. The people that voted hyped him. He's not an MIP candidate. MIP candidates be going from crazy numbers.
He doesn't want to be an MIP.
Look at Brandon Ingram numbers to now. Look at Luka's numbers to now. And look at Devontae Graham from 4 points to now.
Luka Doncic shouted him out, bro.
He went from 4 points to 18 points. I know Luka spoke up, but Luka can't stop the hype. That's hype, bro. If that's not hype, I don't know what. If you can't see that's hype, don't worry about it. You won't see it. And that's
so you don't think that at no point that is in the NBA's eyes it's beneficial to have a white superstar?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes.
I don't think about that. I'm saying I don't think about that. I don't think.
But now I'm asking you to think about that. Do you not think beneficial for the NBA to have a white superstar? To have
Since
something
it's a white man's world, duh. To answer your question, since we live in America, duh.
That's my point. So they're going to give him a level of, and I'm not saying, like I said, it's nothing. I'm not talking about his talent. I'm not saying he's not a good talent, but there is going to be the coverage on him is going to be beneficial for him because he is a white player. They now have a white player who is pretty good to cheer for. Therefore, we're going to push our hype train behind this white man.
And the key on that is
basketball is technically a black sport. But look at the owners, look at the coaches, look at all of that, all of the important positions in the NBA outside of players, they're all white. So at the end of the day, NBA is still going to push a player that looks like most of their executives. And that's because most of the people that go to the NBA games are white consumers.
Gotcha. Before we continue, I want to nip this in the bud so we can move on.
Two things.
Closing remarks. Okay.
Now, two things. The Clippers are tied 1-1. I don't know the score. I'm not watching the game.
50-41. Clippers up 9.
Okay. The media attention, what I've seen is how the Clippers are playing, like not playing how we are expecting. I'm not hearing
how Luka's dominant.
Like, I'm not hearing. They're talking more about the Clippers being bad than the Mavs being good. Right. They're not pushing Luka on that spotlight that y'all are talking about. That's not what I'm hearing.
That's not what I'm hearing the opposite. So, okay.
And then I don't see how we don't talk about most improved with Luka when all-star starter, 7 more points per game. His field goal.
If he was an all-star high MIP, rookies don't make all-star game. So
an all-star starter?
Rookies don't make the all-star game. And then he automatically is a starter the next season.
That's his point. He's saying he got better.
Yeah, he's saying he's a starter. He didn't
All
just come
he's
and
saying
get
is
started.
he got better.
Bro, he was going to make the all-star game his second season regardless. But
didn't Kobe and LeBron make the all-star game when they was rookies?
No.
Kobe and LeBron didn't make the all-star team when they was rookies?
No.
They don't. I couldn't hear you. Got to speak it like loud.
So we just disregard the fact that all his stat line went up and he became an all-star starter and his team made the playoffs and he doesn't belong in the most improved conversation?
What's the all-star starter when fan votes count in that?
Trae Young was an all-star starter, so I guess he deserved MIP too.
Trae Young.
He should be in the conversation. Trae Young should be in the conversation.
So I want y'all to look up MIP because who won it last year, right? Siakam, right?
Yes.
MIP is somebody that was not expected to be good.
Let me look up the NBA definition. Let me look up the NBA.
But I'm not gonna say not expected, but somebody that wasn't doing crazy numbers, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, the numbers go crazy.
I'm about to look up the description.
I don't know. Depot won MIP like 3 seasons ago.
Giannis won.
All right, you ready? The most improved player is an annual NBA award given to the player who has shown the most progress during the regular season. The winner is selected by a panel of sports writers throughout the United States and Brazil. Each of them cast a vote for a first, second, and third place selection.
Yeah, it's the person who
who has shown the most progress during the regular season.
In all facets of the game, based off.
So Derek, let me ask you.
Going from a bench warmer and averaging 4 points to being a starter and averaging 18 points shows a lot of progress to me for somebody that wasn't expected to ever be a starter.
So Derek, let me ask you a question. Last year, the candidates were D'Angelo Russell and De'Aaron Fox, and I'm pretty sure there are probably people who were maybe more deserving than them to make that spot. But you're not going to tell me.
Made the All-Star team last year. That's your argument? Making the All-Star team? D'Angelo made the All-Star team last year.
Did he start?
Oh, that's not his argument. D'Angelo Russell was not an All-Star starter. I know that. I know that for a fact.
Oh, my God.
That's
All-Star starter vote is 50% fans, 25% media, and 25% players, I think.
So
and reserves is 100% by the coaches.
But I won't use it anymore. Do y'all not care? Does that not matter?
Does what not
matter? That's a distinction, so it does matter.
What doesn't matter? I'm asking, what's the question?
All-Star recognition.
Does not matter.
I think it's
a question.
Starting in the All-Star game does not matter
for MIP. No.
Hey.
Because you can be popular regardless. You might get the fan vote regardless. From his market, he's getting all the votes.
Only 50% though.
50% is a lot when your whole every fan in your area is voting for you.
It's not more than half.
Dallas is a top 10 market, bro.
All I said was 50% is half, bro.
I'll say this about the All-Star vote. You ready? Luka Doncic had the most fans vote for him, 6 million. That
In
ranked
his
number
whole
one.
country.
Okay, wait, let me finish. Players, 166 players voted for him, number one ranked. Second was James Harden with 145. And the media ranked 100 votes to him, which ranked number one. Harden had 99. So the players in the NBA recognize that he's an elite talent as well.
They respect that man.
And I'm saying the media's doing it. The players as well recognize that.
You know the players
I don't
don't
want
like
to talk about that.
You said what?
Number one in fan votes, bro. So was he
Number
the best
one in player votes?
He was. Going into the All-Star game, Luka was that deal. Yes.
He was the best player in the NBA.
Yes.
All right.
People were saying that.
I'm good.
He was
I don't have nothing to say.
Who was better than Luka going into the All-Star game?
Bro, if we gonna base half a season as who the best player in the NBA,
Derek, they said from the beginning of the season to December it was Giannis, and then from December to the All-Star game it was Luka. Then after the All-Star game they said LeBron. Were people not saying that?
Luka top 3 in MVP votes?
No.
Could have made it over Harden, but I don't know. I think Westbrook could have made it over Harden. So to me that's a little iffy, but
Top 3 MVP vote is Giannis, Harden, and LeBron. Because winning matters. And Mavericks aren't a winning team. Okay, we're done. Let's move on to the NBA draft lottery results. So they released for the NBA draft, the lottery is official. Number 1 is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Number 2 is the Golden State Warriors. 3, Charlotte Hornets. 4, Chicago Bulls.
LaMelo me.
5, Cleveland Cavaliers. 6, Atlanta Hawks. 7, Detroit Pistons. 8, the New York Knicks, LOL. 9, the Washington Wizards. 10, the Suns. 11, Spurs. 12, Kings. 13, Pelicans. And 14, the Boston Celtics from the Memphis Grizzlies. So, where were you, John? I'm going to start with you. You was so close. You was in the top 4, the Chicago Bulls, but ultimately fell to number 4. How can the Bulls draft this player and hopefully make a potential playoff push next season?
Playoff push is definitely possible in the Eastern Conference, but it is going to depend on who the Bulls general management decides to hire as a head coach for this season. Hopefully we get someone with experience. Kenny Atkinson left the Nets in March, and hopefully he's looking to come to the Bulls. So that'll be exciting news. Or he can go get Mark Jackson if he decides to step out the booth. Regardless, that's what's going to come down to our making the playoffs, not whatever player we draft. But I was disappointed when we come back from the commercial break and they announced our team first as the 4th team to be drafted. I thought we were going to get the number 1 seed, or the number 1 pick, but it's fine. Obi Toppin from Dayton, a lot of criticism on him saying that he can't rebound, he don't play defense. But the way Dayton played last season, first off, they were like amazing. They were going to be a really good team in March Madness. It sucks that they didn't get a chance to show off. They were like 25-2. But he played the center position, and he's 6'9". So they play small ball. He can shoot. And if he comes and plays a 2 or 3, I think that they'll have the talent that will push them over the Magic, because I'm tired of seeing Orlando Magic go when I don't feel like they're the best bottom team in the Eastern Conference. So we get Obi Toppin or Isaac Okoro, and we get that wing player, get a coach that makes sense. We finally got Gar Forman and John Paxson, the most terrible general management team I've ever seen in my life, out of Chicago. So we got a person of color, I forget his name, but first black GM in history. So I'm excited. It's a lot of hype going into the Bulls season this year. And it's just going to take a really great coach to lead that team to victory. So we'll see how it turns out. And I just want to say real quick before we pass it on, all the other teams that's in this draft lottery in the top 10 picks, they're probably going to have like 3 teams trade up. And we'll see how that looks. And I know a lot of people have been saying the Hawks probably going to trade that pick. Me and someone else was talking about it. If they send Clint Capella in that 6th pick to the Timberwolves, they might be able to make a case to get a number 1 pick, and they could go and get Ant-Man and bring him home. So
why would they want Clint Capella? Why would the Timberwolves want Clint Capella? They got capped.
I don't know, but they could have a good two big man tandem with Clint and Cat, and you also have D-Loading, and you get someone at that 6th pick. You could probably
Clint can't shoot.
You could probably get a 9 seed in the West.
I like the Timberwolves taking Ant-Man to pair with D'Angelo Russell and Cat and Josh Okogie.
I agree.
And find the 4 or whoever the 4 may be. I don't know, but that they don't. Yeah, I keep my pick.
I'm gonna give it back to you, Cut. The Pelicans, disappointing seat. Who's talking? Who's that?
I was talking about my thing. Hold on, go ahead.
Oh, I said the Pelicans had a disappointing season. They had potential playoff hopes, getting invited to the bubble, but ultimately failing. And Alvin Gentry was fired from the New Orleans Pelicans as well. What do you think the Pelicans would do with the 13th pick, Mr. Cut Carter?
Shout out to the firing of Alvin Gentry.
Oh, that's a terrible rule.
No, bro. Oh, he had to go. His time was up.
Praying for you, man.
He had a full year with Zion.
Bro. He wasn't good before Zion. He wanted to do AP.
My brother wanted him to keep Monty Williams.
Everything that has relation to Dale Demps, our former general manager, can go. Not a new GM. I forgot his name.
David Griffin.
No, David Griffin's over. He's the president over the.
Oh, gotcha.
But the GM is I forgot his name. But he's he looks black. I forgot his name though. But whatever. He doing a lot of the right moves. I like the young team. I love Drew Holiday, but he needs to leave because we're wasting his time. I love to see Drew go to like a team like the Lakers because he said the only reason he resigned with us was for AD. He said I only resigned to be with AD. So him leaving is kind of like dang. And I'm like, I literally wouldn't mind trading Drew Holiday for something from the Lakers and Danny Green, and we'll take his contract for the last season. And y'all can have AD. I mean, y'all can have Drew, a real perimeter defender, a real off-ball player that could help y'all make another run next season. And we go young, and we build around Zion and BI. Keep Lonzo. If we give Lonzo another year to try it out, and if it don't work, then you could look at letting him roll. Who else we got? JJ Redick, let him. He could go to the Lakers too, because we don't want to waste his career anymore. This is his first time not making the Alls. That 13th pick, I don't care for it. I really can't even tell you because without the tournament, I can't tell you who's gonna be there at 13. You know what I'm saying? Like I can look at all these mock drafts and be like, oh, that's a good pick, but I really don't know because I didn't get to see enough college basketball. If that pick, but see, Cole Anthony not falling that far. But if Cole Anthony falls to 13, I'm all for that. If he doesn't, I don't care what they do with the pick, to be honest.
Well, what do you think they'll say? Because they said Lonzo might be a trade asset. So what do you think they could do with that? I don't think they should.
With Lonzo on the 13th pick, you could trade up, but Lonzo, I don't even think Lonzo has enough hype at this point to be.
I would trade Lonzo.
I still think he has traded.
I still one more year. I want to give him one more year with Zion.
Yeah, I like Lonzo.
I like him too, but like Stan said earlier, LaMelo gonna be better than him. So I want to give Lonzo a shot, one more shot. But as
they play differently.
Lonzo's a great facilitator. He could run the offense. He just got to see who the coach is. Because in Alvin Gentry's system, we pull a lot. Everything's transition.
I think it'd be a defensive-minded head coach.
And he was jacking threes, and it's not his game. And it's just like they try to force him to be a shooter, and it's like if you're not a shooter,
he has to become a better shooter anyway.
He does need to. But I'm saying like JJ was working with him on his shot and everything. Literally, we will run down the court, and 6 seconds into the shot clock, he's pulling, and it's like that's not him. I'd rather see Lonzo.
You got to do it to know it's not you though. You have to play like that to know that, oh, okay, that's not my game. So
you gonna do that tomorrow, John?
It's not your game. You've been hooping.
I'm retired from PACT League basketball.
20-some years of your life. You know you're not a shooter. You know you're not a shooter if you've been hooping the last 20 years of your life. That's not your game.
John not coming out into retirement till we shoot for captain.
But this draft don't really excite me that much outside the top 3 people, to be honest. Anyway, I
agree. It's a lot of international players this draft.
So I could wait till next year or whatever. And then we got Lakers picks coming in the future too. So this draft not really a priority for us.
Gotcha. Do you guys have any more takeaways before I ask my one more final question about the draft lottery?
I just hope the Knicks don't mess
Warriors
this up.
draft Wiseman. If they flip that pick, I'm gonna be really upset.
That was my question. How we feel about Golden State sneaking their way into the top 2 pick?
That's how you know this junk the wig.
How they sneak that way? How they sneak that way?
Bro, they tanked this season away. We knew they was doing that. Then they went from finals to top 2 pick on purpose.
I think that is a wig, but
that's
look,
the wig, bro. And then, you know, next season they're gonna be back in the offs. Like we know this. Next season they'll be right.
Well, they're gonna have a healthy Curry, and you got Klay Thompson tore his ACL in the finals. So it's like they knew from that moment, oh, we're taking.
But I feel Curry could have came back. He did come back again.
He came back in March, but that's
didn't do the wrong.
Curry was thinking Curry didn't play on purpose. He could have played more.
I think Curry could.
I definitely think so.
I think and Draymond, he's an all-star player, so he's supposed to show that he's
an all-star player because of Curry and Clay.
Right, but I also think when they assessed that situation and they traded D'Lo, they were like, Steph, you're not playing.
They never wanted D'Lo. That was just the sell. I honestly feel like that was like, we're gonna bring in D'Lo to see if we can make. They saw it and they saw them play and was like,
no, dead ass. The report was like,
nah.
Yeah, the Warriors signed and trade for D'Angelo Russell, but he is still on the block. He's like
that was the first report. Everybody's like,
yeah,
nah, but they're keeping that man. Boy played a couple games with Curry and they realized it wasn't gonna be like Clay, and they were like, yeah. We'll try.
I don't like D'Lo and Curry and Clay. Like
they were never gonna play. They were never gonna play together. They were never gonna touch.
They just did that because Clay was gonna be
out.
They
were never gonna touch the court.
Right.
Ever.
So they just want to see. Okay, let's see if we can make some type of run.
If we see we can make a run and we could be in the Alls and sell tickets. And
sell tickets in a new arena. Facts.
New arena. You know what I'm saying? But then it was like, it's not gonna work.
Do the Warriors move the second pick and Andrew Wiggins for another superstar?
They can't.
Somebody talking about go get Giannis.
Phoenix.
They said they want Devin Booker. They said they want Booker or Giannis. That's the Warriors.
Okay, how does Devin Booker slide into them with
Clay can go down.
They all gonna just be pulling.
What you said? You said how Devin Booker would fit with Golden State.
Clay played a 3.
Clay played a 3. He's 6'7". Like he got good height and he's already D-straps. So it's like he's nice at that 3 position.
Like 6'5". Devin Booker ain't little, but he won't play the 3, but he's not little.
I think Clay
played a 3.
I'm saying Clay would play the 3 because he can play defense too. Like
it don't really matter who you put at center on that team.
Yeah, I think
they use a random center anyway. What you was saying, Damon?
Yeah,
I think that's the most interesting, like to see Book and Clay on the court or Book and Curry.
That Giannis addition would really piss me off because then Giannis literally gonna be bringing the ball up and they're gonna be running off ball screens and he's driving and kicking.
Next year, I think it's going to tell a lot for me, but based off what Giannis do. If KD fold him, I think he's going out west. But
why do you feel like KD's going to be the one to fold him?
Can we not do this again?
I just really don't understand why though. Like out of all the teams in the East, you really feel like the Nets are going to be that team, the number 1 seed.
He feels like KD is going to be that guy. He feels like KD is going to be that guy. KD's not that guy.
KD not that guy.
That's the point.
He's a great scorer, a phenomenal scorer.
But it's not just KD though. It's KD, Kyrie, LeVert.
Every step foot on the game, but KD is not that.
That doesn't make sense.
He don't have that heart. He ain't got it in him.
This is why I like my boy on the podcast. I like.
He don't have that killer instinct.
So is KD not the reason LeBron don't have a ring? 2 rings.
With Curry in them is the reason LeBron don't have a ring. What? Y'all keep doing that like it wasn't stacking the deck. He stacked the deck.
KD joined a 72-win team. They should have won against anybody.
Killer instinct.
That's with the Warriors. He's not doing that. How is it killer instinct? And when he was with the Thunder, he didn't do that.
Let him do that by himself, though. Let him do that by himself. Let him do that by himself.
Y'all are mad at KD for going to a team to win when LeBron did the same thing?
That's not the same. It is not the same.
Come on, bro. You know it's not
the same. When people do that, it just really – LeBron didn't go to the Celtics. LeBron went to the Heat and built his own thing.
We don't got to do that.
He went to the Celtics, sure, but he did not.
How are we doing it?
That's what, it's like –
I don't care, bro. It's the same thing.
I don't understand.
My favorite player never did that. So, I mean, I'm come from an old school mentality.
Who's your favorite player?
What they say?
Kobe.
I was like, what the he's showing us?
Yeah, I was like, what the? I was like, hold up.
Magazine.
That's so quick, though. He froze me for a little bit.
Everything is.
I was like, damn, bro, I gotta edit this, bro.
I thought the man had some boxes on. He was like, hold up, bro, y'all ain't seen me.
Let me ask y'all, bro, how does KD not have killer in him?
Bro,
when he
God knows.
That man is weak.
Bro.
That man weak.
If KD wins with the Nets, I've never seen nothing bad about him again.
But he's not gonna do it though.
I don't think he'll do it either.
Look, the Nets are the 7th seed this year, and the teams above them that I think they're obviously going to jump with KD and Kyrie, the Pacers. the
Yep.
Sixers, and
Yep.
they might jump the Celtics. So I can see them being like top.
They're not jumping the Celtics,
The
baby.
East is weak. Who cares?
They're not jumping. Bruh,
The East is weak.
I'm trying to tell you, the Celtics.
Okay,
Do you not see how the Celtics are robbing the NBA as well? They have the 14th pick. They've been in the top 14. I can't.
For
Bruh,
real.
they've been in the top 14 for forever, bro.
That's their GM. Their GM is amazing.
They robbed the Nets.
play.
They're the reason the Nets had to get KD and Kyrie to rebuild and revitalize what they got going on. Because that
Danny
Paul
Ainge don't
Pierce,
play.
Kevin Garnett trade set them back for 10 years. Literally.
Danny Ainge don't play in that Celtics GM.
They ain't be robbing people, bro.
You talking about why do I believe the Nets? Like, I don't think the Nets are done. I don't think it's just KD, Kyrie, and DeAndre Jordan coming back next year. I think they're gonna get.
Don't name DeAndre Jordan because I don't even consider him a vital piece. LeVert, sure.
He's strong though.
LeVert's getting Jonathan Allen, but Jonathan Allen will be starting at center. Jonathan Allen will be starting at center, bro. Jonathan Allen proved that he's the starter.
Jared Allen.
My bad, Jared. Sorry, NFL guy. Bad heart. But, bro, now if they get another super, like if they get somebody like a good piece, crazy like a superstar, then yes, I can say. But see, I don't feel like the Bucks are the team to beat in the East anyway, so I don't care about the Bucks. The Bucks aren't the team. The Bucks aren't coming out this year, in my opinion. I'm going to come out next year.
I could
Giannis will have to leave to make it.
Person to tell you the Nets will fold the Celtics. It won't even be.
I like to see it. He's going to show me. I love to see it actually.
KD taking. Boy.
I love to see it actually.
Much money, boy. He's taking.
I love to see it actually. And I'm not even a Celtics fan, but I personally feel like the Celtics got battle tested. LeBron, a true win on your own. Not win on your own, but you know what I'm saying. Nonetheless.
Chill out.
LeBron, I know, bro. LeBron held it down with his team and when they went 6-7 with the Celtics, and that was their first test. But I think that was a year or two ago. So 2 years ago. So now, by the time they even match up with KD and them, Kyrie gonna really be in jail, and I'm not sorry. I think the Celtics got beef with Kyrie. I think Kyrie got beef with the Celtics, and I think
Next topic. That's how I feel. I ain't never seen nobody put Kyrie in jail. Next topic.
That's how I feel, bro.
Crazy as hell.
I think the Celtics gonna be the ones. That's gonna be the Celtics about to have that same type of run they've had back in this day. This is their team. They got the right team to do it.
Stan, are you sticking around for our NFL talk or are you out?
I'll stick around.
All right, bet. Okay. NFL Hard Knocks episode 2 aired on Tuesday. My favorite moments from it, Jalen Ramsey looked for a new house. They finally put on pads at the end, and they got these new wristband watches they got on at
Those are hard though. They track your how close you get to somebody.
Yeah, how close you get to somebody. And Mike Williams was like, 50K. I can't get fined 50K if you don't have the wristband on. So it's just fun to watch and just hope that they have a football season this season.
Bro, I peeped. They said, I don't think they said this on there. I think I read it on Twitter, but they said for the NBA, it's you have the decision to wear. For the NFL, it's mandatory. Everybody got to have one.
Yeah, due to them, I think it's because due to them not having a bubble.
Right. Yeah.
They're still in the open world. Speaking of bubble, how you guys feel about? They said a potential postseason bubble for the NFL.
Money. There needs to be at some point, but I just feel like the NFL has more than enough resources to make it work. So I just hope that
they just stingy with their money. They ain't trying to come off nothing for real.
Right.
I think it's interesting trying to contain the NFL organization. It's first off, it's a season where it's not just playoff teams or teams in contention. All the teams are in contention. And then you got more players. It just seems like more hassle. But the postseason is 4 or 5 months away. I guess if they're not really thinking it's going to be a cure, then the bubble wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I've been watching a few training camps around different teams, especially the Bears. We're going to take off this year. So I'm just excited in general for the NFL season because it is coming back, and I hope that they can go a whole year. But I ain't going to say I'm 100% confident in that.
Yeah, I say that's everybody. Oh, yeah. Also, breaking news. Well, not breaking news, but, it's good to see. So, the Kansas City Chiefs announced that they're going to change their culture at stadiums. They were change their culture at NFL games in Kansas City. So they were no longer allowed Native American headdresses to be worn at games, and they said they're having a deep conversation to try to change the chop that they do at Kansas City Chiefs games.
People still gonna do that.
I know, but I think they're gonna start playing like the music. They're like, I think they're gonna cut that off so people won't be able to do it. So we talked about it earlier, like 2-3 weeks ago, talking about how the Washington football team changing their name will affect other teams. So I guess that change coming in a different form. So you guys' thoughts on that? It's about time, right?
I agree. Yeah. You said it first that the Chiefs are next. So I think they're going in the right direction. Definitely going in the right direction. So yeah.
All it takes is protesting.
You think if the Chiefs were a bad team last year that they would be changing their name like the Redskins?
I think they would.
Instead of this climate, it's better to be ahead.
I don't think so. I just think because the Redskin was a racial slur. The Chiefs, I don't think Chief is a racial slur, but I'm not from that community.
They do racist stuff. That's
right. Okay. Yeah.
Chief isn't as disrespectful as Redskins, obviously, but just it's the things that you open yourself up to, that you leave yourself open to.
I agree. Yeah.
Like the chants and all
like
those
the people wearing the headdress and stuff. It's like that's them people culture.
Right.
You wouldn't want nobody walking around, wearing like the fake dreadlock, fake locks thing they be having on. I think that's kind of low key.
Yeah,
I agree. And last but not least, it's a short NFL week there in training camp. I got a notification on Bleacher Report saying that Clyde Edwards-Helaire should be drafted in the first round. Now, I just scratched my head for a bit. I said, I'm not drafting him in the first round.
He's going to be good with Damian Williams opting out, but I think they really somebody said first overall fantasy pick.
Yeah, I scratched my head. they crazy. They tripping. Christian McCaffrey.
But dip on your shit.
And they said Cam Akers supposed to be nice, too, with Sean McVay.
But I heard that's going to be a committee, though.
This report I just was.
He liked committee, and Gurley didn't like that.
Yeah. But we'll see. They said they like Henderson from last year, and I think they brought in another guy. But, I have 2 things that – because you said last thing, Brew.
Yeah, shoot.
So the 49ers, since Deebo Samuel, they said he's going to be out till week 4. They signed Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson. So they got some speed in. And then this is –
They're going to get the Niners and Madden, you said?
And then this is some extra news. So Alvin Kamara, James Conner, Stephon Diggs, and Trey White have been dropped from Adidas. And
God bless. They don't, Adidas athletes, you already know.
Trey White got dropped?
Huh? Yeah, Kamara got dropped.
No, I said Trey White.
Oh, Trey White. Yeah, so they said Kamara and James Conner fooling with Under Armour.
I figured. Yeah.
Fooling with Nike, and Trey White fooling with Nike.
Who fooling with Nike? Trey White and who?
Diggs.
Oh, well,
Did they say why they dropped him?
When I saw Kamara, Kamara wasn't wearing no Adidas anyway. When I seen him, he been not messing with them.
What you said to mine? I couldn't hear you.
You said something funding?
Yeah, they said they're cutting back funding. That's what.
That's funny.
They going
Adidas.
They kept Alvin. I mean, they kept
Jamal. How you cut funding and Kanye allegedly made $1 billion off Adidas? I don't get it.
What you said, Trey?
I said they kept Jamal Murray over Alvin Kamara. But I guess that they might have been cutting funding for their football department.
Somebody said they cut back because of COVID. So,
but now it's whatever. I don't care.
How you feel about Kamara? They talking contract negotiations cut. They finna resign our boy. We thought he was gonna trade him.
I hope they pay him. When I seen Kamara, he didn't have on Adidas. He had on Jordans anyway. So I know he don't really care about no Adidas deal. I've never seen him in Adidas off the field, to be honest. I mean, he used to wear Yeezys. That's the only brand they have outside of football and cleats and stuff anyway. That anybody will wear for streetwear, for real. And, the old school classics. Stan Smith.
No Adidas slander.
I'm a Nike guy.
I don't
do, but they make good hoop shoes. I got a couple pair of Hardens, and they tough.
Oh, yeah.
John used to wear the D Roses. John used to wear the D Roses to hoop. Yeah. I never hooped in their shoes before. I only wore the shell toes, and then I like the Stan Smiths, but not everybody be wearing the what's the designer shoes everybody wear? Alexander McQueen's look like Stan Smiths to me.
Yeah.
And
Adidas footwear is straight. Like their basketball shoe is extremely light, so that's why
I wear my Yeezys. I mean, my 2 pairs of Yeezys. I don't plan on buying anymore though.
Facts.
And then back to Kamara. I'm glad he get an opportunity to get paid. I think he'll be in New Orleans for at least another 3-4 years at least, hopefully. And then I hope we usually don't do right by running backs after like that second contract, but I hope we actually keep him around.
You think who gets the 5th-year option, Marshawn or Ramchick?
Ramchick, you play. Yeah, I'd rather pay the corner than pay the no. Who franchise tag higher? Whoever one's high, they probably gonna tag whoever they don't pay.
I want to say I think the tackle.
But either way, you keep them both. But I'd rather pay Marshawn because I think it's easier to keep him happy if you pay him now than later, and then you just option Ramchick.
Got you.
You can't do more than 1 5th-year option. I thought.
I ain't gonna lie, I take back everything I said about Luka because my girl, I know this is changing this topic, but she said, and who's the 20-year-old white boy they talking about?
Oh,
and then they said he out there missing free throws. He's stinking it up at the line.
95% free throws.
Yeah. We talked about that offline. Y'all, look, free throws, bro.
Free throws matter. They matter.
They do, but LeBron is 73% free throw shooter. Bro.
He's a bad free throw shooter. That's a knock on him. Luka is 40% from the free throw line right now. 4 for 10.
LeBron is what, second all time in scoring, right? He passed Kobe, right? So he's second or the third.
Second or third. He didn't pass Karl Malone. No, he's second. He didn't pass Karl Malone.
Kareem is first.
He's third. He's third then. Kareem and Karl Malone the last 2 he got to pass. He's third.
No, I was just saying it because like if he was like an 85% free throw shooter, bro, he
probably passed one of them.
Yeah, LeBron is third, Karl Malone is 2, and Kareem is 1.
I knew Karl Malone.
Wood is 7.
I don't think nobody catch Kareem though, to be honest. Maybe Luka.
Cornerbacks is $16 million, and offensive line is $14 million.
Yep, tag lineman and pay the corner.
Also, Henry Ruggs say Henry Ruggs is going to fill the Antonio Brown role.
Hold up, you would do that?
What?
Do it.
You would pay the corner before paying? Hey,
it's a 5th-year option, so you could just pay him next year.
Oh, you said you would franchise tag the tackle.
No, I'm saying 5th-year option, the tackle, and pay the corner.
And then pay Ramchick the year after. That's what he's saying.
Okay, I was just making sure because.
But they both. I thought you
get that guy.
First round picks get 5th-year options regardless. So I would just 5th-year option both of them.
Yeah, but I'm saying when teams pay those old linemen, that's where that cap start eating up. So,
well, we really getting off a little scotch free with the center and right guard.
And
both
quarterback.
And quarterback gonna be cheaper because we're gonna take Drew off the books.
Yeah.
Armstead gonna be still getting paid. He could get paid. Tight end Jared Cook probably gonna be gone. We got money.
Yep. They say Henry Ruggs is going to fulfill Antonio Brown role in 2019. They said they expect him to step in where AB was supposed to and run point for the offense. Go get Henry Ruggs.
They also said,
Go get Henry Ruggs.
They straight said replace Antonio Brown.
AB Cook.
They say that replace him like he just some,
average fast
regular person.
like he's a average speedster.
Other than that, I have no more. Cut. I give the hand off to you.
Music. So this week, the highlight of this week, to be honest, is just Nas dropping his project.
That was tough.
The only reason I listened to it because he came in my room like, bro, did you hear this Big Sean verse? Or you got to hear this Big Sean verse? So I listened to the whole thing. Charlie Wilson needs his flowers. Like, don't like now. Like Charlie Wilson really is like the original Ty Dolla $ign. Like
he's underappreciated.
As far as a hook or a background vocals, he got him. Ty Dolla $ign really like his junior because Charlie Wilson on the hook and on the background vocals is like elite. Like,
bro, I would say he's underrated though, because only like our circle gives Charlie. I don't ever hear somebody be like, "Bro, did you hear that Tyler album? Like Charlie Wilson was on there." Only people in our circle really say that.
I think old heads like Charlie Wilson.
Old heads like him, but they don't listen to the new stuff.
Yeah, they don't listen to his new stuff.
My friend Amaya, me and her like talk about a lot of music together. We like a lot of the same music. She was like, yeah, Charlie Wilson be singing like. anytime you could get him on a hook chorus or on the background vocals.
Well, my mama didn't want to listen to Kanye West after he said slavery was a choice. When I played No Mistakes, she's like, "Damn, Charlie Wilson always get me." No mistakes, girl, I still love you.
Charlie Wilson is amazing on there. Mariah Carey dropped a song with Lauryn Hill. I did not listen. Pharrell dropped a song with Jay-Z, and they were trying to say every time Nas drops something, Jay-Z got to drop something.
It does, though. And I love it. I love that kind of pettiness.
Like, that's petty. Every time Nas drops something, Jay-Z come out of nowhere with a project or a verse or a song. That song not bad. It's Jay-Z's part is good.
That Entrepreneur song?
Yeah, it started off really slow, but I like it's something about the black man.
I like the beat. It's Pharrell.
I like Pharrell beats always gonna slap, but I just didn't like the general beginning of the song. I like the ending.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard the song yet, but I've seen the controversy on the song. Do y'all feel like Jay-Z really be talking down on black people about business? Like
Yes.
Really,
Absolutely.
I don't consider it as a talking down. I consider it like that tough love, like go get you some money and do it right. But I ain't gonna cap. Outside of 444, if it's a feature, I ain't listen to the lyrics all the way.
Jamal, why do you say yes?
Because every time Jay-Z come around, he talking about like bettering people. But I do like how at also times
is encouragement, or is he like talking down on black people saying?
I think it's encouragement.
I think it's encouragement, but like from my standpoint, it could be like, damn, get your money up. Like, you feel me? Like,
They ain't called you broke.
If he was talking to me, I'd definitely be motivated, like, bet. But me viewing to somebody else, like, I'd be like, damn, bro, you gonna let him talk about you that way? So I'd be viewing. So, but I mean, I think Hov is definitely earned it to talk about like that. Like, I think about
it's like tough love. It's
right.
like a tough love vibe to it. But I'm gonna go back and listen to see if I'm gonna really take offense to it. But he does come off like, oh, you like, I like some of the stuff he said. Like when he said you representing a neighborhood that your mama renting. That's a fact though. People be banging neighborhoods and repping neighborhoods that you're not really from. You talking about I'm from this neighborhood, but you really just a rent check or a couple rent checks late from not being in that neighborhood at all. But you going so hard for, you know what I'm saying?
A piece of land that you don't own.
Right.
Nah, I think he do be talking down on people. I just think about that. I was thinking about that What's Free verse off that Meek Mill album. He was like, bro, he said something on like that verse. I was like, damn, he is talking down.
You know what I think about, bro? Have you seen the Rock Nation video where there was like, hey man, I like that pink, and he was like, it's mauve, bro.
It's mauve, bro.
But you know, I mean, I think you gotta think about like he's where he came from, you know, drugs and all that stuff, and like what he's been able to build alongside his wife. You know what I'm saying? They are like a real power couple, real boss couple. You know what I'm saying? So like he's now rapping about things that are his life now. So we can't expect him to still talk about slanging on the streets.
Yeah.
He's not slanging on the streets.
Right.
So he's slanging in investments. He's rapping about the stuff that he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like I said, I haven't heard this particular song, but like in general, I don't feel like he's talking down, but in a way trying, like I said, encouragement, trying to make us do better, think differently than what we normally think. You know what I'm saying? Like this year, for me personally, like I started investing in stocks, something I had never thought to really do before. And now I have, investments in a few different stocks. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think he's just encouraging us as a people to play a different game than what we played for so many years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to your point,
now we're told something that we're not used to, or you know what I'm saying, we get offended by that because we're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? It's foreign to us. So now we want to be offended by it. But you know what I'm saying? He's been where I'll say most of us have been. Let me say I ain't never sold no drugs personally. But you get what I'm saying? Like the black lifestyle, you get what I'm saying? He's been there in the trenches, and now he's on a whole nother level, and he's just trying to get people to think, you know what I'm saying, and move in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So I think at the end of the day, it's encouragement. It might be tough love, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's encouragement. I don't think he's downing the black community.
Right.
I think he's trying to get the black community to think about things differently and to try to invest their interest and money and, you know what I'm saying, and time into other things that will help better them and help grow them.
Right.
What you about to say, John?
I was saying, to your point, like where he has come from that position of selling drugs, he's seen where the money from selling drugs can take me. It's like I'm not just taking my money from drugs and going to blow it on like cars or going to like, I don't know, just put it into nonsense that's not actually developing the people around me. I think that he has taken that money and then have developed like this business of himself so that he can be in a position to show others how to do that. So I think, like I was saying, that encouragement to spend your money wisely. Like it's cool, like go get your drug money, whatever money you're gonna get, cool. But at the end of the day, like you got to make that money stretch beyond just drugs. Like you're gonna need to invest back into your community. You're gonna need to use this money to think differently and expand your vision. Because a lot of rap now is just like all the videos we see, you know what I'm saying? They're just in the hood chilling. But like Derek said on OJ, the story of OJ, like he's saying, like that's you repping the neighborhood that your mama renting. So it's like you using all that money, but you a check, like you said, like really a check away from being out of there. So I definitely feel what y'all saying. I think it's encouragement. If you take it any other way, like you said, that may not be something you're accustomed to hearing, so it's gonna rub you differently. And I think that as a rapper, I appreciate him doing that because we gonna listen to it because it's a rap. And if we gonna listen to it, it might as well be something we take from it and then go use in our own life. Because a lot of times I can't really relate to rappers like spending money in the club. I ain't got no money like that. Like talking about cars and Ferraris and shooting people. I don't do that. It's fine, but I don't do that. So it's like, so I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, hearing a message of substance from a rapper that we all respect and have grown to love, you know, in his profession. So makes sense to me.
Right. Cut.
For the new music,
Cut.
now, the Nas and Hit Boy, King's Disease, as we talked about earlier, Money Man, Epidemic, Mulatto.
Deluxe.
Oh, my bad. Money Man, Epidemic Deluxe. My bad. Mulatto, Queen of the South.
Shout out Big Lotto.
Y'all heard that?
Yeah, go on.
I fool with Mulatto. Mulatto cold. He got some bars.
I ain't listening yet.
He hard, bro.
Yeah, I ain't listening yet either. I was like,
She the first Georgia woman to go gold. I did not know that. First Georgia woman.
First person
Georgia
from
solo.
Rapper woman to go gold.
Yeah, solo.
Oh, wait. Round of applause.
who from here? Gladys Knight from here, ain't she? No.
I just know what I saw. You know.
I'm just asking. I don't know. She Gladys Knight.
To go.
Oh, first rapper.
That from Atlanta.
Okay. I'm trying to think of female rappers from here. Okay. Woman rappers from here. Black Bear, I don't Everything Means Nothing. Big Mensa, V-Tape, Lecrae, Restoration. Singles, Travis Scott, The Plan still hasn't dropped yet. It's supposed to drop
At 9.
for the day end. I just checked on Apple Music, it wasn't there. Internet Money featuring Sway Lee and Future Thrusting. Pharrell featuring Jay-Z, Entrepreneur. Fivio Foreign, 13 going on 30. Chief Keef and Mike Will Made It, Bang Bang. Jack Boy featuring T Grizzly, Married to My Enemies.
T Grizzly?
But you saw Jack Boy said he dropping his album on the 27th of September? Yeah.
42 Dub, Free Mary, German, Young Tory, Work, Lil Duke, So Different, Iggy Azalea, Tinashe, and Tinashe, featuring Tinashe, DLNW, and Slime Life Shorty, Don't Worry. Yeah.
Black shit went platinum.
Yeah, I didn't hear Jaden's new song on your list.
Jaden, I was reading from a list on this website.
it came out?
Jaden dropped a new song?
Jaden dropped a new song like 2 weeks ago, but that song hard.
Cabin Fever. Yeah, that song is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't download that one. I listened to it, though.
I got all the songs he got on his new
Oh,
album.
he dropped a tape.
He dropped a tape today?
Upcoming. It's
It came
upcoming.
out?
Oh,
Yeah,
I was going to say.
it's not out.
It's
It's
coming
out.
Monday, I think.
He dropped Rainbow Bap and Cabin Fever. That's 2 songs off.
Yeah.
This Project CTV3 Cool Tape Volume 3. And
It's coming out the
one person
24th.
featured on here is Rari and Bieber is on here.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
He is a great artist.
He is a
The
great
man
artist.
got bars. He goes in. It's a different vibe.
Yeah. It's really appreciated. It's refreshing.
I still listen to 90 like once a week. That's my favorite Jaden song.
Which one?
90
Okay.
I like Lost Boy off that tape.
off of Sire.
Oh, see, I go back even further.
Tim Hardaway.
Played this on the mountaintop.
What's that song with him and Willow? What's that song with him and Willow?
Summertime in Paris.
Summertime in Paris. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, not that one?
No.
You talking about B? Off Blue? Like B?
Just whatever it is.
I think it's B. Like off the.
No, PCB. It's before that album came out. It's him and I think it's specific PCH. PCH, that's what it is.
Oh,
It's
I'm not
old
listening to that. I ain't heard that.
came out from 2016. It's him and Willow, PCH.
okay. I'm gonna have to Google that. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's the star track on his CTV 2, 2016. I didn't know this was on Apple Music.
Yeah, I didn't either. Hold up.
They must
He
have
got
just
a
put
lot
it.
of yeah.
So
Did you
Well,
guys like? No,
while I
just
got
it?
y'all here talking, huh?
No,
You said
no,
Bruce?
you go, Demond, you go.
So while I got y'all here and we talking music, we gonna talk about Young Boy stealing covers or no?
What cover you saw?
They say he copied Roddy Rich, and then they also say he copied Lil Baby cover.
When you
Which
say
little
cover,
baby, which
album
little
cover,
baby cover? Yeah, you talking about
you
album cover?
covering songs.
What?
Is that a reach?
Oh, you talking about top?
It's
I
definitely
Right.
Didn't Riller come out first?
I don't think so.
Well, really was hard, so I don't care if you stole the cover.
Who cares? Young Boy is fine.
Yeah.
I think
Thug stole a cover from Wiz.
Well, Roddy, the only reason I think it deserves some attention because Roddy retweeted and deleted There Can Only Be One Roddy. So
But then then he said he got no beef with him. He just tired of with beef with Young Boy. He just said he's tired of all the comparisons.
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that Young Boy album though. Casey Talk was
Yeah, me too.
Casey Talk was a very good single, I will say.
Laugh now, cry later. Thumbs up, thumbs down. The video was fire. Did you guys like it? Do you guys think that's a top 5 Drake song?
Top 5? I don't know, but
No, man. You said it was.
It can grow to be a
You're
top
saying
5
like
song.
top 5, like chart wise?
No.
Like just in anybody's top 5 Drake songs, could it be?
Yeah.
When you say anybody, you saying like the average listener.
Yeah.
I mean, God's plan is like his hot, like so probably because the average listener loves Controller, Hotline Bling, God's Plan, all that. Like those are mainstream Drake.
I mean, he has over 150 songs from albums, like, and that's not even including the underground things. Yeah, right. So it's like it's really hard to say 5 songs from someone who has outdid the Beatles.
I think it could be up there. It reminds me of Headlines, and I think Headlines is one of those songs that's
this reminds you of Headlines.
Yeah.
Dirk said they got another collab on the way though. I would love to see that on another Dirk tape. I've been listening to Dirk.
They're gonna probably drop a love song for the Streets 3 and put that on there.
Yeah, I've been listening to Dirk a lot this year.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Rico Nasty iPhone. I liked it. I'm gonna say that. Shout out Rico.
Yeah, I thought.
We talked about it last week. We don't give our reviews of the music after they come out.
You're right. Oh, Lemonade, Internet Money, and Gunna and Don Toliver and Nav.
That song was great.
Oh, they said, "What you want for lunch?" He said, "Just bring everything." You know what I'm saying? That song right there.
Hard.
Oh, no, that's Cafeteria.
That's
Cafeteria. Lemonade is like Internet Money is the people that make the beats, and Trippie Redd do they tag, and they be like Internet Money, and they like that.
Yeah, that's.
I heard that song. Oh yeah, that song is fun too.
This song fun. I've been singing. It was like it's stuck in my head, and I just be saying Don Toliver. Hey,
that's what I was gonna say. How long is it gonna take for Don Toliver to be like
biggest come up? Like you had to get an award for like Rookie of the Year. Don Toliver's a Rookie of the Year right now.
How long is it gonna take?
I said August has been a very good month for music. You had
It has been.
We didn't talk about this enough, but I like Smile, Juice WRLD on the Weekend record. I like that song.
I don't like it.
I ain't gonna say I loved it, but
I gotta go back and listen to it. I only listened to it once though.
That song
I might have talked about this last week because I missed that one. But
did anybody listen to Davies' album, or that was just
what
me?
You said, Stan?
What you say, Ashton? Demond will be hearing you.
Your thoughts on WAP. I don't want to hear what the fellas got to say about WAP.
Oh man,
I like that song.
Video was nice.
The video was nice. The video was fire.
WAP is like
if I was in the club and girls turning up to WAP, I'd be like, all right, you turned up.
It's the this hoes in this house for me. It just takes me back to play it.
Bro, is the white dude from is he from American Horror Story or something like that? And he listened to it and he was like, ooh, like
Leslie.
white, I forgot his name.
Leslie, you know the old white dude, Leslie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
He was listening to it, he was like, ooh, this song is filthy. It's some hoes in this house. I was like, that's exactly what I thought when I first heard it. I was like, geez.
So now that we on the topic of
like
WAP,
it though.
Y'all think Meg has bars? Because I definitely think Meg has bars.
Yeah, Meg got bars. I don't listen to a whole lot of female rappers, but Meg, I had to download her album when you know what I'm saying, when she came out.
Yeah, I got that whole album downloaded. Meg got bars. The one she dropped with the baby on it.
What if she have bars, Demond?
That Cash, what's it called?
Cash, yeah.
What if she have bars, Demond?
I'm just saying, like, there's a difference. I don't think Cardi has bars, but Cardi music sounding good at times. Meg sound good.
Why Cardi don't got bars?
beat it up,
Come
baby.
on, Fever, Demond, Fever. Fever was good.
Savage is pretty straight.
Tina Snow.
I'm talking about the album Fever, her project Fever.
She has never dropped an album. She has never dropped an album.
Mixtape Fever, my bad. I think she did good, and I wish her the best because I watched her live yesterday.
Hey, that's a messed up situation.
Yeah, the live was crazy. That is wild.
That's crazy. So I wish her the best.
Ooh.
Getting online either.
Well, there goes the series.
What?
Luka hops to the locker room. Ankle injury. No pressure on the leg. We jinxed them. You jinxed the white boys then.
Wow.
Nah,
I mean, to be 100 with you, they weren't going to win the series anyway, bro.
I know. That's the Clippers in 5.
No one, I mean, yeah.
Don, before we
they had to get that first one to have a chance. They had to go up 2-0 to get a chance.
Yeah.
John, before we call it a podcast, because I said this, I felt like this is the Warriors and Cavs again, and that no matter what, the Lakers and Clippers are going to play. Do you feel the same?
In the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah.
I think so.
I just think that's what it's going to be. I was just asking to confirm.
I mean, the Rockets, they look good, bro. I ain't going to lie. And,
they do.
And when Russ come back, man, this team, I feel like if anybody's has used their time off like the best, it's probably has been the Rockets. Like, because it's just amazing, bro. They don't have no big, none. But they're playing defense, like, and they're scoring. They're going to shoot 35 threes a game and hit like 13 of them. So
when I looked at them the other day, though, because Harden had a low, but I think maybe the bubble is the difference because LeBron was not able to not do so much scoring, Harden, and their teams would still be victorious. But when I also looked at it, Eric Gordon went 0 for 10 from 3. Nobody talking about that. So when they play,
he just came back, bro.
But I'm saying, though, when they play a good team, like, that's not going to happen.
You're going to get in rhythm. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, though. When you don't play and you come in and play, it's a curve.
Gotcha.
But the difference is Danny Green's been in the bubble the entire time.
No.
Top 5, no debating. Top 5.
They basically I tried to make a pull for J.R. Smith to get more minutes over Danny Green. And they try to argue me down as if like J.R. is some slouch. I'm saying,
put it like this. I don't see how the Lakers aren't starting Kyle Kuzma. I don't understand why he's not starting.
You can't start him. Then the bench don't have no.
You're right. And I thought you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Ooh, Kyle Kuzma. Next, top 5, please.
No Michigan slander. No, he's from mid-Michigan. No Michigan slander.
He should start. If everyone's saying he's their third option, I don't see how he's a third option.
He's the third option, but he can't start because they need that spark out the bench. But he's still going to play more minutes than some starters.
If he started, AD would have to play the 5, and he not going. Not going.
Yeah,
Give me a top 5, dude.
AD got to get comfortable playing the 5, bro.
He's soft.
Top 5.
I don't really have a top 5 this week.
For music.
Yep.
I mean, I don't really have a top 5 this week.
My top 5 gonna take too long though, so I want to say that for next week. My mama trying to get on the Zoom.
Y'all want to do a little dirt top 5? Or have we done that? I feel like
Demond, was your top 5 gonna be top 5 verses?
It was.
Yeah, I need a little more. I need a little more time to do that.
We'll say that for next week. I like it.
Yeah, I need a little more time to do that.
I'm looking. I'm trying to think.
Hey, Derek, one person, just on the music topic, I know this person last year, they released a EP that was one of your song titles, Park Car Combos.
They still in your phone cut?
I remember when it came out, you was like, bro, why should this girl do that? But it's this girl, Cash Page. She's 19 years old. She dropped the album last week. She was on the song Euphoria with Don Toliver and Travis Scott.
I listened to that, John, and Don got
and Don Toliver's on called Grammy Week. Yeah. So go listen to it. That tape is fire. She sampled a lot of artists. She's only 19. She's from Dallas. I think she'll be a star. So,
let's do that.
Cash Page.
Cash Page. You talk about Cash Page?
Yeah.
Derek, you said Don could do your top 5 Don songs this year.
Top 5 Don Toliver songs this year?
Yeah.
I could do that.
I could do that.
Is that included features or just him?
All right. Yeah, I haven't heard Don Toliver, so I can't do that.
Features too.
You haven't heard no Don Toliver?
You haven't heard Don Toliver, bro?
No,
You
haven't heard Heaven or Hell?
Wait, hold on, pause. You say I'm not a Travis fan because I
He was
don't
joking, bro. He was joking, bro. Stop.
Are you a Travis fan because you didn't listen to his artist?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Don Toliver, how could you not have heard him? Like, if you heard Jack Boys.
I don't listen. All right.
I gave Smoke Purple listen off Travis.
Now that I did not do.
I'll go ahead since I
I don't know that man.
went ahead
You
And
said you never heard of Don Toliver?
No, I don't know that man.
You gotta check him out. But if I
Riff him like y'all riffed me.
He sound like
but he
old.
like Travis Scott. We don't know if he's a Travis Scott fan.
My man's man old.
What? Travis
He's
Scott
older
is
than
not
us.
Don
He
Toliver.
like he older than y'all. He like 28, 29.
29 in October.
Yeah.
October's very young. You know.
John, you went to the party with me. His birthday party last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was lit. Off the brown.
He was off the brown.
Bro, I ain't make it home, bro. I fucked up my bad, Bruce. But I messed up my rims. Like on the way home, I fell asleep driving. I was like, bro.
Cause I drove, and then it was at it wasn't at his house. It was at Bruh Spot, and then we drove back, and then John was like, bro, you wouldn't believe what just happened to me.
That joke was crazy. I just got that car.
You got it, Damon.
Is he more chill? Like, is he more some? I listen to like chill stuff. Like
He is chill. So my best friend, I played it for one of my best friends. She said it's like pregame music.
Yeah, it is pregame.
Not necessarily the party, but like before everybody come to the party, like that type of vibe. And some of it's upbeat, some of it's slow.
You said Travis Scott?
He like a slower Travis, but more singy. But he can actually, it sounds better singing.
His sound is different. It's different. It's a good different though.
yeah, it's definitely different.
His sound
Like a Houston. Well, they both from Houston. Damn, I can't think of what else I could say.
It's like Nav a little bit. Like I don't think he sound like Nav,
not like
but
annoying like Nav though.
yeah, I don't really like.
I like Nav though, but it's just
Nav
like some
hard.
people say Nav is annoying.
Yeah, Nav hard.
You say who's Nav?
He's a Canadian rapper.
Nav used to make beats. Nav is really good, but some people just don't like his voice. So
Don,
You ever heard that?
Don,
Yeah, that song Tap.
you're a
Tap,
superstar.
tap,
It's
tap,
Travis Scott, but more R&B-ish.
John,
Yeah.
you can't call him a Canadian rapper because he did go #1. Just saying, I did. But my top 5 Don Toliver songs are being featured on. No order. Recap with Nav off Nav's albums Good Intentions.
Sounds good.
Had Enough, of course, off Jack Boys. Great song.
I'm about to go listen
Stay
to
with Travis Scott off Astroworld. Goated. I like No Photos off Heaven or Hell.
I thought it was this year. You just don't.
Yeah, I was just doing. And No Idea. And that video for No Idea go crazy.
All right. My honorable mention is Candy from Heaven or Hell. Number
Yes.
5, No Idea. Number 4, No Photos. Number 3, Heaven or Hell. Number 2, Had Enough. And number 1, What to Do off the Jack Boys tape.
Okay, I have to intervene because first, y'all ain't named how I don't like what turned me off with Don Toliver. I listened to his first project. And I ain't heard nobody say nothing off his first project.
But that's
'Cause
not the project we
it's not that
listened to.
good. Like it's straight.
But
Oh, nah, I didn't listen to his first project.
You listened to him when he
I
dropped
didn't
his
know who
album.
he was. I listened to him when he dropped the album after the Travis.
I mean, Donnie Womack was an album.
I mean, but I played stuff off I played that old album and Bruce was like, this song good. It was Video Girl.
You talking about Video Girl is straight. Video Girl.
Video Girl and Two Little
So
Shorties.
you like Don, Trey? What are you talking about?
So I got number 5.
Like
I got
Donnie Womack is straight.
number 5. I got Wasted. Number 4, I got Can't Feel My Legs. Number 3, I got Lemonade with Internet Money and Gunna and Nav. Number 2, I got After Party. And number 1, I got Had Enough. Had Enough is one of the. I told Bruiser that was the bang.
Yeah,
on
Had
that.
Enough is my most played song in
I
2020.
told Bruiser that was the bang on that album. I told him that was gonna be.
Shout out Jets. John.
All right. It's Don Toliver has really become one of my favorite artists. It's crazy. I haven't heard a song I don't like since December when they dropped. I actually honorable mention.
In my opinion.
Yeah, honorable mention. I got 2. I'm gonna go with What to Do, off of Jack Boys, and I'm also gonna go Can't Feel My Legs. I mean Euphoria. 5, I got Can't Feel My Legs. 4, I got After Party. 3, I actually like the song he just did with Nas and Big Sean.
I like it.
Yeah. And then 2, I got Cafeteria, and number 1, I got Had Enough. Like,
But nobody likes Nobu. Is that his song?
That's Cafeteria.
That's Cafeteria.
I thought it was-
Yeah,
I
Trey.
like all women in tutus.
That's a good song.
Yeah, that's
Is that a podcast?
Is it?
There any
I'm
news
gonna
break?
shout out one album because I don't know who that dude is, but I'm gonna just say go listen to Port of San Francisco, Larry June.
By who?
Larry June.
People said Larry Jones
kind of
been
rapper.
having a good year this year. Yeah, Larry
What kind
Jones.
of rapper is he? Like, what does he rap? What does he rap like?
Larry.
Is he West Coast?
He uses Sledgerin as a producer a lot, which is Sledgerin.
Oh, with Wiz.
So, but he's not. It's not like smoking music. It's actually like some good quality lyrics.
I like it. It's only 25 minutes. That's a good listen.
Yeah, it's a real smooth listen. I'm telling you.
Mo listens to a lot of Larry Jones. He put a lot of Mo love him. Mo
Jeffrey Mo, like
yeah,
Mo.
That's the only Mo I know. Yeah.
IRN Mo.
So I'm gonna just shout that album out. That's a nice one to listen to the whole.
I'm gonna check him out because I've been meaning to listen to Freddie Gibbs because my boy put me on him, but I never got the chance to. But
I say free Zach Plezak and Adam Clevenger pictures with the Indians. They trying to do them dirty. So
Landry Shamet going stupid. He just had a buzzer beater from like 30 feet.
Are they still up?
102 to 85. This game cooked. Is there any news breaking?
Oh, prayers out to Ron Rivera. I didn't know he had cancer.
God damn, I forgot.
Yeah, that sucks, bro. They said it's early. They said it's early though, and treatable.
He's got a new job, and I know how close he is with his daughter and his wife and stuff. Man, that's
That's prayers to Ron Rivera, man.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Oh, and they said that NFL stars are training with high school athletes. Odell, Deshaun Watson, and more are virtually training with high school athletes for Nike's 11 on 11 online program. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I got one more. I got one more.
Watson was affiliated with Nike though. That's pretty solid.
You got one more?
You just finished.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right, I got one more. Happy birthday to that boy, Bruce. He just made 20, man. My boy just made 20 yesterday. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Not a teen no more.
Happy birthday, man.
One more year, Bruce, and we gonna do it big, boy.
Appreciate it. Grateful, grateful.
I'm talking about Project X, big boy.
Yeah, you the last one of them 21, bro. I don't. It gotta be crazy.
Slowly but surely, yes, sir. 364 days left. That's 63. We got almost there. Thanks. And this will conclude episode 72 of the PACT Life Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're available to you on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. Follow us at PACT Life Pod or PACT Life Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Besides, we got special guest, the demo guy himself, man.
Tied up. Whole world watching.
Somebody watching something.
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Diagonal, we got my cousin, Mr. Damon Geis. Below me, we got Mr. late arrival, Mr. Johnny Mars.
I do have a little speech. Obviously, this is the important year of y'all life. Go ahead and vote, even if you ain't agreeing with the presidency and who's running. It's not just about that. It's about the Senate, because Trump was impeached, but the Senate is all red, which is why he's still in office. So when y'all go vote, make sure you are voting down, blue, and let's get that man out of office, but let's also change the world.
Facts. Diagonal me as well. We got Mr. on time for the first time in like 2 months, Mr. Trey Kemp.
Free Mike Clevenger and Zach Plezak.
And last but not least, we got my brother, Mr. Cut Carter.
Cutthroat.
And I'm your host, Bruiser Carter. Thank you for tuning in, rocking with us. 70 plus episodes in. And NBA players are on. Go vote, as John said. Black Lives Still Matter. Arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor.
OVO Atlanta in 4.
All right.
One of those are not like the same.
So look, when AB don't come a week, and we're gonna get Ashton to come and be our 6th man, and we're gonna see.
OVO Atlanta in 4.
Y'all gonna be Ashton and be like, oh shit, big.
Yeah.
When he comes, so then I'm not gonna come.
If you are not here on time, you will get left.
What time will it be? The 8:15?
We out of here.
I promise.
You PACT Life.